I want to give massive thanks to all of my supporting members and patrons. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening and welcome to you all. It's been a little while since I've done a live stream. I'm afraid that my shifts have been all over the place lately and they're going to be pretty much the same probably for most of the summer, but certainly for the next couple of weeks. And my next set of rest days, a set of 4, I'm actually going to be away. Like, was it last year or the year before? I'm going to do a live stream from Cornwall, maybe a couple. So you have to watch out for that because at least one of them might be, if I can get good signal, might be somewhere right on the beach, if I can get away with it. But I'll certainly be doing one at my friend's house where we're staying. Anyway, hellos to everyone. Welcome especially to any new subscribers to the channel because there's been another little burst of them. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and you're most welcome. So a few hellos. Fred Bailey, Demon Orb, good evening. Adreno Chrome Slurper, I like that, and Mr. Now Opinion, hello to you. Adam L, Turtle Moves, Mr. 42, good evening to you. The Turtle Moves, and you guys have been making some atrocious cheese jokes. I did notice quite a bit. Mohammed Shafiq, good evening. Mo, who else we got? We have a general of the E shady complexion. Good evening to you. Scrolling down. Truth Nids, hello. Turtle Moves, I've said. Brian Pop Robson, hello Brian. Good evening to you. Whizzing on Timo, yes, I like that. I should get 2 new cats called Hair and Makeup, and I'd get an extra joke out of that. Yeah, I could do that, couldn't I? Purple Snowdrop, hello to you. Charlie Welch, Catherine Smith, hello and greetings from Central Florida. Well, hello to you, Catherine, over in Central Florida. Yeah, what's the name of the place? The Scientologist... it's Clearwater, Florida, isn't it? One day I want to go there. I want to stand outside their base in Clearwater. I want to stand outside their base with a camera pointing at it and see how long before one of them comes out and starts accusing me of various naughty crimes. It's got to be done. Gemini Luna, hello to you. Rich 901, Trev Atkin, cheese, definitely cheese, always cheese. Tiny Captain, TGK2, Rich 901 again, because I've got a short-term memory, obviously. William Nichols, Tim Ballum, listen, hello to everyone. A couple more. AMD Fox, Schmoko Warrior, Buddy Zappo, Roy Lou, and there was someone I skipped past. Oh, Halbschatten Merker. I hope I said that all right. I try my best. No offence intended if I've accidentally sworn in a foreign language, which is actually quite interesting. Hey guys, look down here. Guest collab appearance, Sideman Dan, on his Tinfoil Tuesday. Not tomorrow, Tuesday after. That's when it's scheduled to be anyway, unless he has some change of plan. I got something else for tomorrow. It's been a little while since Level Earth Observer totally failed to get in touch with me. As you know, I have challenged him to a debate, and I hope you're listening as ever, Adam. I'm sure you're a big fan, you subscribe, and you're one of those likes there at the bottom. Thanks, Adam. Yes, I've challenged Adam, Level Earth Observer, to a debate on the shape of the Earth. And to encourage him, I offered him £100 to a favourite registered charity of his choice. Shortly after which, other people started piping up and said, I'll chip in this, I'll chip in that. And before we know it, we're up to a total of around £2,500. And I think that's more than enough, so I don't want anyone else to make pledges. But Adam, that's £2,500 pledged to the favourite charity of your choice. All we have to do is have a debate on a neutral, moderated channel. You can suggest one, and unless it was Nathan Oakley, I'm pretty sure I'll agree. So go ahead, suggest some channels, and we can do this thing. As I said, it doesn't matter if you win, it doesn't matter if I win. It doesn't matter if it's a draw. Really doesn't matter. If we have that debate, I will make my payment to your chosen charity and request those that have pledged to do the same. So go ahead and do it, Adam. But anyway, after I'd mentioned that, and a few people, I think about half a dozen people, did videos saying that he was too scared, Adam put out a video about it in which he totally failed to address it. He didn't mention my name, because he never mentions Mr. Sensible. He usually mentions Captain Sensible. He never links to my channel. But in this video response, he didn't do either. And he certainly didn't mention that, having been challenged, that it was for charity. Nice one, Adam. Keep your subs and your viewers in the dark. It's the only way you're going to keep them, pal. So anyway, he issued 3 challenges to me. And off the top of my head, it was to show a pressurised air system next to a vacuum, a pendulum longer than 2 metres travelling along, but not swinging about all over the place, and a standing body of water with curvature on its surface. So, after much thinking, I have decided to try and address those 3 challenges, even though I shouldn't have to. It's me that offered the debate. It's up to him to either accept or to run away with his tail between his legs. But I have humoured him. So I've done a video. That was going to be out Saturday, but then of course it was the England match. Go England. 4-0. 4-0. Yeah, so I bounced it. So it's out tomorrow. Originally I was hoping to do it as a live premiere, but I'll be working tomorrow, so I'll have to try and sneak a look on my phone when I get a spare few minutes and see how the video's gone. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that Adam actually sees it, because obviously he must be missing all these messages from me and all the others, and the people who have posted on his channel whose comments for some reason have, YouTube apparently must have removed them, because I'm sure Adam wouldn't. So he obviously doesn't know about my charity debate challenge. Hopefully he'll find out. So it'll be interesting to see the responses. Talking of, Charlie Welch, you're very sorry. It's probably an old message thanking me for a retweet. You're most welcome, sir. Actually, I've got something about a Twitter in a minute. A tweet on a Twitter. I accidentally found myself referenced in a tweet. I wasn't tagged or anything. Just came across it. Nice one. Obviously popular amongst these flat earthers. So I've jotted down a few things I want to mention. So one was the Simon Dan. That was really nice. I was glad Simon Dan. He was asking if anyone knew anything about this particular subject. So I did some digging, which he quite liked. And he said, look, do you want to do a collab on it? So, yep, okay. So I've done a collab, got it off to Dan. It's in the can. He's putting his bits around it because it's his video and I'm doing some stuff for him. And looking forward to seeing how that goes, how his subscribers take to me. And maybe it'll boost his channel. Maybe it'll get him a few subs. You never know. Dan could do with the subs. If you haven't subbed to Dan, please do. He needs it. Don't you, Dan? One thing I wanted to ask. I was just reading some stuff today about coronavirus and COVID and stuff like that. I just wondered, this is a straw poll of people watching now, and how many have we got? 113 now. What I want is a 0, 1 or 2. 0 for no, you've had no jabs, 1 for 1 and 2 for 2. It's very understandable. So I'll start off and say I've had 2 jabs. So I'll just be interested to see what sort of mix we've got, 0s, 1s or 2s. This is not really a scientific poll, but it'd just be interesting. It'd be interesting as well to do that on a Flat Earther channel. See what sort of mix we get there. Well, Blue, you're right. They don't want dollars to charity. They want dollars to themselves. Actually, I don't know why he hasn't tried monetizing. He's got enough subs. There we go. Oh, look, right. So what have we got? Quite a few 2s, well, mostly 2s. Quite a few 1s. Hopefully all those 1s are getting their number 2s soon. Oh, we got a couple of 0s. Several 0s. I suppose it's going to partly depend where you are around the world. Lots of 2s. Definitely lots of 2s. and Adam L's getting his 2 in a few days. Excellent. And I mean, I don't know how you guys have felt, but when I had my first jab, even though, literally in my arm, I think, right, I've had it, because I was really grateful to have that. It was such a sense of relief, and shouldn't feel it, but I feel, well, I suppose, yeah, we are very protected, 80 to 90% or whatever it is. Not 100%, you can still catch it. You could still potentially, obviously, get seriously ill. It's just a lot less likely. But I feel so much safer. I'm just going to switch off this aircon because when I got home, it was over 32 in here. Got it down to a nice 22, but it probably starts squealing in a while. So we got lots of 2s in there, which is great news. Great news. And for those of you who won, I presume you'll be getting your 2s soon, because they're not going to skip that, are they? Because want to top it up. And they're talking about top-ups, top-up number 3s in the UK for clinically extremely vulnerable, those over 50 are vulnerable. I can't remember. The people who are more at risk, and I think that's probably a good idea. Which vaccine did I get? Side effects seem to vary. Well, malicious, I got the Oxford AstraZeneca, UK for the win. My side effects was, my arm's a little sore for about 10 minutes. I know that it can affect different people differently. Mrs. S is anaphylactic, so she had to have both her shots in hospital on a drip, which really annoyed her because she hates hospitals. And she did feel a bit woozy for a couple of days. But, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Right, yes, that was Simon Dan. So please watch out for that a week Tuesday. I will put out another announcement. COVID shots, I just said. Yeah, that's quite interesting. It would definitely be interesting to do it on a conspiracy channel. Perhaps if someone's on one of those channels, without giving any opinion on them, perhaps it would be interesting to ask people, have you had jab 0, 1 or 2? Just see what sort of responses you get. Just for an out of interest thing. Right, trolls. We always get trolls. That's okay. Most of the time they're pretty feeble. They post a few things and then tend to go away again. The ones I'm going to talk about tonight actually aren't that bad. I've certainly had worse, but I just noticed a little spate of trolls. What's a collection of trolls? There must be a collective noun for collection of trolls. Don't know. An annoyance of trolls? Who knows? Actually, just before I go into it, because this appeared on my latest video, and that was one thing I was going to talk about, my Santos Bonacci video, basically, what was it called? Santos Bonacci sovereign citizen arrested, owing $132,000. I wonder what you guys thought of it, my existing subs and viewers, because that video has been, for me, phenomenally popular. It's really done well. I've just got the stats up now. Current figures, and that's in 4 days, just under 4 days, 10.7k views, which I'm really pleased with. And it's gained 77 subscribers. And here it says I've actually got 2.2 times more views than usual for this length of time, which is astonishing. That if you've not seen the charts, you get a chart with a grey band which gets wider, which is your predicted or average sort of number of views or whatever you get, and this is just way off the top. So it went down really well generally. YouTube liked it and pushed it quite a bit, and that's what you want, because the more it pushes, the more you get, and the more it thinks, oh, that's worth it, or push it a bit more. And then if you're lucky, you get something that goes viral. So I just wondered what people thought of it, because it was not like my normal sort of thing. Just need to go back to the stream. An anger of trolls. So I quite enjoyed doing that Santos one, because he's a dirty piece of work. I've subsequently heard that with regard to that $132,000, he was arrested, bailed, and then cleared off. and he's actually fled. He actually fled to the States. Someone said, I don't know, but there was some kerfuffle with the law. I don't know what his connection was, but that it involved a shooting. I'm not saying he shot anyone, but it involved a shooting. And anyway, he fled and now is in Mexico, which is where he's got his retreat, which is where he is retreated to. And he's flinging his filth across the world, emails to Fight the Flat Earth and other people like that. Yeah, thank you, TGK2. I was really pleased. Oh, Joe, you liked it. I'm sure that because it's so different, other people might think, well, it's not what I like. That's always going to be the way. It's very, very difficult because obviously you can't please everyone all the time. And I've said before, and I've said to new people, new creators, when I've been talking, the best bit of advice I was given and the best bit of advice I can pass on to anyone who has a channel or is starting a channel is do what you enjoy, do what you like, because then the love that you're putting into it shows, rather than think, oh bloody hell, I've got to do this, I'm not really interested, but it'll be good for my figures. It doesn't work like that. It's got to be stuff you enjoy. So you'll pick up people, lose some other people on the way. Sad to lose people when you do. Thankfully, I've not really been losing anyone, which is nice. But I think that's always the way it's going to go. Santa and Elf. Yes, his little elf. FTFE shot him. No, FTFE didn't shoot him. Well, he shot down his arguments because he didn't have any arguments. How do I respond when people call us the guinea pig? Oh, they say that to us all the time about the vaccine. Well, the thing is, Sherlock, we're not guinea pigs. We're not guinea pigs because those vaccines have been through just the same amount of testing than other vaccines. The only difference is a lot of the red tape was cut out, and where they could run different stages, rather than having a stage and then leave it and investigate it and so on and then go to the next stage, they started stage 2 and started stage 3, so they were running sort of overlapping, saving time. And the only thing they haven't got is the long-term effects. Well, think about it for a second. Every year the flu vaccine is different, which means that every year the vaccine that is given for flu has not been, has not had long-term, in quotes, testing. These things are generally not new things. They're variants on a theme. There is always risk with vaccine. There's a risk with taking a flipping aspirin. But the risks are very, very low. And you think, well, I'll avoid the risk. Okay, avoid that risk. Instead, take the much higher risk of getting COVID. It's a no-brainer. No-brainer to me. Really is. I did not hesitate at all. I do have trust in doctors, medical researchers and so on. They're ordinary people doing an extraordinary job. So, yeah, guinea pigs, no different than any other vaccine. I've had all the testing. And that's, I guess, what I would say, Sherlock. Yes, I saw that, Watto. Santa, because he'd asked Fight if he'd had his jabs, and I think he said he'd had first and was about to have his second in a few days. And he said, you'll be dead in 6 weeks. Funny that. I had my second one more than 6 weeks ago. And people have been getting the jab since what? Just the very back end of last year? And they're not dying like flies. Fail, Santos. Big fat fail. Yeah, they've been more tested. It's just variation. Different spike blueprint, yeah. And I've also seen people saying things like you can catch COVID. Well, no, you can't, because there's no COVID in it. It's those spike proteins or whatever that are designed to look like COVID spikes to stimulate the reaction by your thingamajigs with a word I can't think of. What's the name system? Hujima-flip. Goodness sake, what's the word? You know what I'm saying. I have no trust in conspiratards, Brian. Well, certainly not much. Not much at all. Right. So, trolls. As I said, I've had a little bit of a spate of them. I actually engaged with a couple of them, had some back and forth. Yeah, so let me just switch to this, because there's something else on this one I want to address, and then I'll go into the troll thing. So let me just switch this on. Where are we? There we go. There's little me. Oh, there's little me. Hello, little me. I don't know if you can see here. Let's make sure I'm looking at the right window. Dither Motor has asked a question, and that's fine. Do we know if rumours circulating about Sleeping Warrior being sectioned are true? So I have replied, and I think I want to address it to make things clear, my views. I haven't heard any, for those who don't know, being sectioned, that's a thing in the UK. You have a Mental Health Act, and there are various sections within that act, that law. For instance, if someone was having a mental breakdown in the street, under Section 136, they could be detained for their own safety. That's called being sectioned. I don't know if there's an equivalent sort of term in other countries, but that's what it is here. Anyway, I haven't heard about him being sectioned, and to be honest, I don't want to. Either it is not true, in which case the rumour is just either plain false or is a lie about him, which is not fair. Certainly not fair to him. Or, if it is true, then it's a medical condition, which certainly isn't his fault or anyone else's fault. And so it shouldn't be used against him or to mock him either, in my humble opinion. So I guess what I'm saying is, because I have not heard a thing about this rumour. I have no idea if there is a rumour. I don't know where Dither has heard about this. And I'm not criticising Dither. He asked the question. But what I would say is, please, if any of you hear this as a rumour, firstly, don't pass that rumour on for those reasons. I would request, because either it's false or a lie, or if it's true, then it's just someone's medical condition, and nobody, you can't be blamed for that if that was the case. So yeah, please don't pass anything like that on, and I would appreciate it as a thing of decency to say to the person who is saying that those same sort of reasons, because as much as I disagree with Tony and his views and all these other flat earthers, no one deserves to be attacked for something which is either a lie or a medical condition that's beyond their control. Yeah, I think that's the fairest thing. So actually, in one way, I hope Tony happens to see this, and I think that's the decent thing, really. I'm certainly, if I see that as a rumour going around, I shall do my damnedest to squash it, and I'd appreciate it if anyone else can. So let's get to trolls. I have this troll, God Troll. Now, God Troll has appeared on my channel, but before. Oh, there he is. Never mind. Oh, he doesn't have any content. Has he got any videos? No. Any playlist? No. Any discussion? No. When did he join? January. Okay. I've got to go way back, haven't I? Yeah, so God Troll has commented. Oh, what a good-looking fellow. Where was I? He has commented a couple times on other videos, and that's fine. Yeah, so he says, so is it okay to call someone a T*** in a video or not? Can you sense there's some sort of setup here? Because I could. The first step in avoiding a trap is knowing of its existence. Where's that quote from? And actually, just looking across at the chat, Adam Balcom said, when I worked in the police, we dealt with many 136 incidents. Regardless of how someone might portray themselves on YouTube, they are still human beings. I agree, absolutely. And I think people, it behoves people to remember that. Definitely. Yes, so where did that quote come from? The first step in avoiding a trap is knowing of its existence. Not Predator, Flo. Not Predator. Not Bugs Bunny. Oh, it could be Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, couldn't it? Oh, right. And we've got FE peer review, guessing the word, tart, twit, toot, tilt. June. Well done, Colin Barley. Beg your pardon, Barley. Absolutely. A quote from June. Right, yeah, so is it okay to call someone a T something T in a video or not? So, yeah, I realised he was trying to trick me, but I know I'm okay. So I replied, twit? Twat? Yes, idiot or obnoxious person. Glad to clear that up for you. Waiting to see what he would say. And here's the catch. He's got me, hasn't he? Oh, Mr. S, you have just blasted someone, that being Santos, you've just blasted someone for insulting language. Yet you called someone a T star star T. The second option you gave. That would be twat, God troll. Which I can't say for fear of your naughty word stopper. That's called a filter. Okay, it's a filter, not a naughty word stopper. I can't say for fear of your naughty word stopper deleting my comment in one of your videos. So I said it in one of my videos. Double standards much? You're right, God troll. I have used that word, twat. Yes. And that word has multiple meanings. So, troll, I just gave you the dictionary definition. Bye-bye, troll. And what did he respond? Why are you acting like such a clot? I think that's what he meant. An unpleasant or stupid person, according to the dictionary. And that one was actually caught by the filter. YouTube actually managed to filter that. But I've allowed it this time. I've allowed your post, which was caught by the filter, to demonstrate what you are like. Stop this line of posting, or I will block you, which I don't want to do. You guys know that I'm all up for alternative views. I don't mind a bit of teasing. I don't mind, to be honest. If you're going to stick yourself up on YouTube, you've got to expect attacks, fair attacks within reason, not hate speech or anything like that. So I let things like that go. I don't have a problem with that. So I've asked him to stop, or I'll block him, because it's got nothing to do with arguments about flat Earth or other conspiracies, and you're just stirring. So if you are watching God Troll, it is your choice. Okay, I'm quite happy for you to continue posting, continue looking stupid, continue arguing, continue trying to put evidence against what I or other people in the comments have said. That's absolutely fine. But no, we're not going to get into silly arguments like that. It does that word does have several different meanings. Twat. Yes, it's got an extremely rude meaning, but also it has the meaning of idiot or obnoxious person. Stronger than a twit. There we go. And in fact, it's certainly here in the UK, in the South, it's used in other aspects as well. If I was going to clock him one on the head, you could say, I'm going to twat him one. That's perfectly acceptable. I'll tell you who doesn't like rude words, and that's the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, God lover. Now, they are very hot on stuff like that. But what did we find way back in, was it the 1970s, late 1970s? Mr. Basil Fawlty, who ran a hotel called, oh no, I'm in the wrong side. Let me just move me. Oh, that's magic. There we go. Fawlty Towers. Yeah, and every week that sign would get changed, including one time when it was flowery twats. Now, if it's good enough for the BBC, God lover, then it's good enough for me. BBC is not known for being a channel to allow lots of hideous swearing in that. And I'll tell you what, since the BBC allows flowery twats, do you think that they would allow what Santos said? Not in a month of Sundays. What Santos said was absolutely and thoroughly disgusting. It was appalling. Yeah. I do see I've got a couple of super chats, so I'll just pop through them first. Pom. Yeah, let's just maximise them. Right, Channel Right, super chat at £2. Happy birthday, National Health Service. Yes, indeed. Is it 73 years? 73 years, I think. Absolutely brilliant. The NHS, National Health Service, is so loved in this country. Absolutely amazing. I mean, they have their problems, but what we get from them is incredible. I read somewhere recently, I know that, for instance, in the States, there is medical care second to none. The problem is pricing if you haven't got whatever the relevant insurances are. I'm not really commenting about that. I don't know or understand all the ins and outs. But what I read recently was someone who was hospitalised with COVID, several weeks on a ventilator and whatever care, ended up with a bill of about $1.5 million. I think it may have been more, but it's something of that region. The bill for me, if that was me, going into hospital, spending some time, then having to go into ICU for 4 weeks and then recovery afterwards, would cost me a grand total of zero. That is incredible. Guy next door has just had, I think it was a double or a triple heart bypass. That would have cost him not a penny. That's what the National Health Service does for us. Brilliant stuff. So carrying on, malicious bloke, £2. The collective noun for trolls is a basement. I like that. And rodent, no last name, super chatted $2 US saying the vax definitely boosted my flippity flurb system. That's right. Is it flippity flurb? I don't know. Oh, it's immune. There we go. Which is quite close to flippity flurb, or as I said earlier, a hoojamaflip. So thank you for that, rodent. You've helped me out there. I'll just pop back to the screen. Yes, taxes work, says Flo Rider. Yeah, NHS can give you the best of the best. I mean, it's to someone in the UK, as I said, it's not criticising other people's systems. And I'm sure there are other countries that do have better systems. I know that the Nordic countries have amazing sort of social care and things like that. But the NHS, the fact that I mean, recently I had wanted to have a whole bunch, not wanted, I was advised by my doctor to have a whole bunch of precautionary tests and a scan of one sort or other, which is all okay. But again, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Tests cost me nothing. Booked into the hospital, had an appointment, got the scan, cost me nothing, which I guess must seem very odd and almost unbelievable to people in America. Okay, well, as I said, I'm not getting political. Mr. S has a finger pointing at him saying flowery twat. Which way is it? That way. Wait. Scandinavia has a similar system to what you have in the UK. Okay, now, I'm sure there's differences. There'll be bits about yours that's better. I'm sure there's bits of ours which are better than yours. But there's an awful lot to be said. Because you don't know, I don't know, if I'm going to live my entire life fit as a fiddle, never need medical services. And you think, well, why should I pay for people who are sick? But my wife could get very, very sick and have to have scans and hospital treatments and medications and hospitalizations and transplants and all that. And it doesn't cost a penny because we collectively all pay in and collectively can all benefit. Sorry, some old dude, US $5, thank you. When I go to the doctors, I get a free lollipop. When I had my jab, I asked if I could have a sticker and they said no. I'm just going to refresh that because I just read that super chat and I don't want to miss any, if there was any in between. And there was as well. Second best Bob, super chat at £5. Thank you, Bob. Chuff nugget is the go-to insult. Thank you. Hey, Bob, I've seen other people obviously use it in my streams and that, or in my comments, which is nice. But I've now seen it being used on other people's channels in the comments by people whose names I don't recognise. I've started something there, which is sweet. Right, let's go back to... Oh, we still got flowery twats on the screen, haven't we? So where did we get to? Yes, I was talking about... God troll. Yeah, so it's a rude word, like twit or idiot or git. In the UK, in most areas, it's not that strong. But it's certainly nothing at the scale of Santos. And if you, Mr. God Troll, are sensitive, okay, and you actually did find that personally offensive, my deepest apologies clear off. Right, Next one. I've had a lot of dealings with this chap, Mr. Colorado Forest Beings. On my Mage video, my Mage experiment video, we actually had quite a few chats. I've lost them down in the comments, and I'm not going to dig them out. And a couple of his messages disappeared, and he said, "Why hide my comments?" I saw that one and replied to it because I noticed a couple of my comments had disappeared as well. I think YouTube threw a wobbly. So Colorado Forest, and I have dropped you a link to tonight's live stream. That is the case. I have not deleted any of yours. One or two were held up in filters and then I approved them. But as for some that you say has disappeared, I'm not doubting you because I had a couple that disappeared as well. YouTube just was funny, okay? So anyway, on my Mage, we were discussing whether Mage showed curvature or not, to which he is quite insistent that Mage was a big fat failure. Tim Walton, are you the only one who confuses Sensible with Creaky Blinder? Yeah, Creaky Blinder's my dad. Make sure you tell him that. He likes that. So he was arguing about Mage. So, why hide my comments? No geometric horizon or bendy water, yet you claim this video is curve when it clearly shows concave and flat many times. So I told him his comments aren't hidden, because there it was, and I didn't even have to unfilter that one. And he says, "You've taken off my comments." And he gives some timestamps for Mage. And I thought we'd have a quick look at those, bearing in mind these apparently smash Mage and prove that I'm a liar. At 44 seconds, 46 seconds is... 44 seconds is concave, 46 seconds most pronounced curve on the whole video, and 49 seconds concave again. 52 seconds globe again, lol 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 lol, and 1 minute 9 concave again. Your spinning pear is breathing, huh? So I thought, well, since that's all just within a short spate, it'd be interesting to have a look. And I don't know if Chris Durham Music Channel is here, but Chris Durham Music Channel wrote the intro music which I used for Mage, and we haven't heard that for a little while, unless you've gone back to watch it again, which I recommend. So I thought, let's give Chris Durham's is that showing? Yeah, give Chris Durham's music another shot again. It's worth a listen. And what we'll do is I'll pause the video about 44 seconds where he says we've got these concave and bending and breathing and that. So here we go. Oh, hold on. Music on.
Mr. Sensible. Mr. Sensible. Fighting stupidity. Logic and cheese.
Hello, I'm Mr. Sensible. Welcome to Mage 2. And there we are, 44 seconds. So he's given the video a good watch, hasn't he? So yeah, we have a concave Earth. And he's right, it does look a bit concave. We better let this continue. Mission above globe Earth. And 46 seconds, he said. And he's right. It looks like a globe again. How many times have you heard flat earthers claim that the Earth is not a sphere, that there is no evidence? There's 52 seconds. Globe. For it being a globe. Well, whenever we see high altitude footage of the Earth, it looks like this, all bending and flexing because of wide angle camera lenses. So he obviously didn't bloody listen. This isn't experimental cam. What's your name again? I've flipping forgotten. You're so unimportant. What was it? No, not God Troll. Colorado Forest Beings. I actually just said there on the bit you're pointing out as... Do you know what? If two women meet and they're wearing the same outfit, they'll give each other daggers. They'll give each other daggers. They'll hate each other. They'll be hissing and spitting. Two guys turn up and realise they're wearing the same thing. What happens? It's a talking point. It's a way to get to know someone. You become friends for life. Nice one, Mr. Sensible. I like your T-shirt. I do. It's very nice. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, yes. So I'm even pointing out there and say, you normally see this. Hence, mage. We'll carry on because where was it he went up to? He said 52 seconds and then 1 minute 9. So we'll just let it carry on to 1 minute 9. I had an idea. And when I put it out, I had 1 minute 9 and it's flat again. What a total chuff nugget. What a blithering idiot. You're trying to debunk Mage and you don't even know what Mage is about. This was a view from Mage, Colorado. This was a view from the wide angle view cam. It was only there so you get a big wide view. It was known, and I said in the actual video, this distorts, it bends, it curves, it flexes. The one you want is, come on, let's just, it's about 35 minutes, I think, if I remember right. There we go. That across the middle. This is the Mage Cam Colorado, the one that has the strings. This camera is not a wide angle camera. It's a narrow angle, non-distorting lens with two physical strings held about 30 centimeters away from the lens so that you can see that it's not bending and flexing. If you look at those strings and follow them through the video, well, actually I want a chunk of video, but if you follow them through the video, actually, even here, oh, where was it? I had it just a minute ago. Oh, what's happened? I've gone all blurry. Is it playing an advert or something? Yeah, better mute that. Oh, I'll get some money anyway. Thanks, Colorado. Right, yeah, so we've got the camera, and when it lands, and it's upside down, on its head, those strings are still straight and not distorted, showing it's not a wide-angle lens. And what else did you have to say? So I told him I didn't remove any. YouTube lost a handful of comments. I said, and actually in our previous conversation, when he said that Mage shows bend, concave, etc., I said, don't make the mistake of using the wide-angle lens. Use the Mage Cam, the one with the strings. And he still got it wrong. He comes up with what he did. So I told him during the intro, that's the normal distortion you see with the wide angle lens and so on. And we had a discussion on another thread, and several times I'd asked him to debate. And he also said that I claimed curve at lower elevation than Felix did when Felix had no curve. Let's have a quick look. 1 second, because I do apologise. I've forgotten who it was. It might be, was it you, General Shady? I'm not sure, but someone sent me this link a little while back. Have a look at this, Colorado. Oh, I better transition it across.
Yeah. When I step off, but then I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, the sky was totally black, and I was so overwhelmed by when I step off. But then I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth.
You know. Right. We shall try again.
When I step off, but then I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, the sky was totally black, and I was so overwhelmed by when I step off. But then I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth. You know, I could see the curvature of the earth. You know.
So there you go, Felix Baumgartner, who was about 300 metres higher than Mage, could see the curve. And I pointed that out, and he basically said he's lying. That's the problem with flat earthers. That's the problem with people like you, Colorado forest beings. You rely on the fact that Felix is lying, and NASA's lying, and not I'm lying, and Fight the Flat Earth's lying. All these people here in the chat are lying. Everybody is lying just so that you can think the earth is flat without evidence. Yeah, good luck with that. So anyway, I'd challenged him several times to debate, and he said, "Yeah, any time. You come on to Flat Earth Debates, whatever Oakley's channel's called. There's a lot of people on there, having a debate, some sort of mass debate, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, he asked me if I wanted to go on there, and I said no, because Oakley, for all his amazing abilities and wisdom, I don't think he'd be fair as a moderator, owing to the fact that all he does is adjust his volume higher than everyone else's, mutes and boots people, and is horrendously rude. And if you said you're a fool or you're a twat or something like that, he would scream at you for being abusive. So no, Colorado, I won't go on there. You are welcome to come on this channel where you get a fair hearing. However, I think it's only fair if it's a neutral channel. You can choose. I would suggest Agree to Disagree. It could be Fight the Flat Earth. MC Toon would be a good choice, actually. He's a calm, fair guy. However, if you have someone else that you think would be fine, who's a bit more on the Flat Earther side, that's fine. Suggest it. I shall more than happy to consider it. The only one I'm ruling out is Nathan Oakley, because that's not a debate. That's a go there and just be screamed at and not being able to give my evidence. And he's called me yellow and a coward, and I keep saying I will. Yeah, if you think you debunk me, come and debate me. My channel or a neutral one. Otherwise, you have nothing, Colorado. And what's he? Oh, right. And he said, you claim curve just like Greatest Sapien. What's he say? I don't know what's happened to the end of his message there. But anyway, and I've given him a link to tonight's stream. So I hope, Colorado, you've watched, because that's just for you. Just for you, Colorado. I will show you something with his channel in a moment. Oh, Aaron Farr. You've come across him then. But yes, I'll get onto him in a minute. I did also say that I need to bring the thing back on screen 1 second. Because I realised I was going through some comments, you couldn't see them. Yeah, Twitter. I came across someone who posted a meme, and I was in it. And they didn't tag me, I just came across it by accident. It's Brett Flat Earther. You globers have no working model. You have no curvature, no fake space, no motion, nothing. Sit down. You've got no curvature to prove without fisheye lens and CGI. Your curvature is always fake curvature. Learn to admit to yourself you were indoctrinated and lied to, like 9/11. 9/11 has nothing to do with flat earth or globe earth. It has all to do with the fact that you're a conspiracy nut, pal. Anyway, the meme. I didn't know Earth curved upwards. 2 pictures of me with these amazingly drawn lines, which are nowhere near the actual horizon anyway. Absolutely appalling graphics. I could dip my cat's tail in paint and get the cat to draw a line more accurately than that. And of course, what has he got? He's got those same shots from the intro with me over the top of the wide cam. And I let him know. Yet another blithering flat earth mage rage fool who doesn't even know what he's looking at. So, what I'm going to do is have a quick look, because I've not been able to see it, just in case. And when I do this, it's not that I'm pushing for super chats, it really isn't. It's just that I don't want to miss any that may have come in, okay? And none have come in, that's cool. So the last one was some old dude. Yeah, so I'll check comments as well. And there is one, some old dude again. Thank you, pal, for US $5. Seek Truth, Speak Truth would probably do a debate. Yes, now that's an interesting one, yeah. I'm sure he would host it. But whether they would be less trustworthy of someone who has turned to the dark side. You don't know the power of the dark side of the earth. I like that. But yeah, Seek Truth, Speak Truth. That's cool. As I said, Agree to Disagree, MC Toon. They are, all 3 of those actually, are calm channels. There's no shouting, muting, swearing, booting and all that sort of guff. Now when Ranty was on the Flat Earth side, he used to host some debates, and if he was still on the Flat Earth side, I would have trusted him to be fair. He wouldn't have been on my side at that time, but I'd have trusted him to be fair. Nathan Oakley can't even spell the word fair at all. Yes. Now, Aaron Farr, you've definitely come across him. Let's have a quick look, because this guy, I keep forgetting his name because it's so unimportant. Colorado Forest Beings. He's got video after video after video of him walking around some woods, very nice looking woods, but walking around some woods with some friend of his, like this. Very beautiful. What's he going to find there? Let's watch for a few seconds.
Let's see if I can find them. Here's the second one.
What's that?
And that's new. Laying across like that. It's never been like that. And more sticks have been added to this one. More sticks have been added to this one.
Oh no, not more sticks. But he's found another one. Look at that.
No lie.
And do you know what that is? Apparently, a Bigfoot teepee. Quite why Bigfoot would want to just lean a bunch of sticks up against the tree, I don't know. They actually go inside of it. And let's have a look at that. Look at the size of the door. How's Bigfoot going to get in that, other than on his hands and knees?
Nice.
Oh, it's quite big inside, but it's not really very weatherproof. You can tell that by the amount of snow on the floor. What the hell do you think this is? And this guy, let me go to his actual channel, his videos. Loads and loads of videos about walking around woods. Here was another one. Let's just jump in at random. And he gets all excited about the fact that there's trees fallen down and sticks. Oh no. I'm not going to be funding him with adverts, am I? Oh well, you get that, I suppose, pal. Yeah. Amazing. All these trees have fallen down. Trees, when they get old and die, tend to do that. Or if there's storms. And, I mean, there's just video after video of this. He thinks it's all Bigfoot. Quite what Bigfoot's doing, just knocking all these things. Maybe it's sort of playing like giant pickup sticks. Sounds about as interesting as playing pickup sticks with my butt cheeks. He also did a video, and I can't find the one now. They were at some distance. It was a snowy view. Oh! I must come back to this one in a minute. I can't see it now. There was one with a snowy view of the hillside, and there was something shining. It could have been as simple as a tin can or something, glinting. And they were several hundred yards away, and they just filming it just like the flat earthers do, out of focus. So you've got this bright sort of globby thing. Wow, what is it? Isn't that amazing? But they didn't put it in focus, and they didn't walk up there to have a look. It's just something that's shine. It could be anything, a bit of tin foil, or it could have been alien. But we don't know because you didn't go and have a look. Yeah, this one. Bigfoot throws another stick at us. I couldn't believe this. So they're walking along this area. Walking along. Let me get to the right bit. Oh, did you see that? Did you? Because one of his subs told him. Watch this. There. How did he do that? Apparently, Bigfoot just threw that little stick at him. Well, I'm convinced. Aren't you? That's a twig about 3 inches long. Which probably just dropped out. Well, it could be a bird drop. I've seen birds drop twigs that they've got for nesting. It could have just snapped in a tree and, literally just dropped out of a tree that's been caught up. It could have been his mate lobbing it over his shoulder. It could have been him going like that. Pathetic. Absolutely. He's got 1,700 views on that. I thought, after all his comments, I'm going to do a thing about his videos. But to be honest, what the hell's your name? I can't remember. It's so unimportant. Colorado Forest Beings, wasn't it? It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And to be honest, let's think, Santos Riley Trolls. Yeah, that is pretty much the stuff I wanted to cover. So I don't know what you guys, I don't know what you guys think of his Sasquatch, his Bigfoot things. Let's have a look. Lumber support, sticks fall down, goes boom boom. Dragon, you just won the internet. Oh dear. Bigfoot's toothpick. It could be. Watto, you've been convinced. Bigfoot confirmed. Now, was it the little stick, or was it the bunch of sticks leaning up against the tree that probably would have had trouble? Why the hell would he be doing that? Surely he'd live in a cave, or he's not bothered by the actual weather, but just sheltering under a few leaned... Do you know, I just realised that aircon's still on. I thought I was feeling chilly. Switch off. He's off. Yeah. There's no evidence. No evidence at all. Bigfoot flicked his cigarette butt at him. Yeah. Why would a monster truck... Oh, monster truck live in a wood? I see what you did there, Demon. Bigfoot. I don't know how many people remember Bigfoot. Right, let's have a quick double check. Again, to make sure I don't miss anything. No, I haven't. That's great. Right, and who have we got? We've got a few guests. Let's bring in some guests. So this is a little warning for you guys. Sat in Bigfoot Jenga. Yeah, could be Citizen. Oh, I see. So Clive Wells, you were swaying with the Bigfoot teepees, of which there were 3. He's been up there no end of times, but he's never actually seen a Bigfoot from what I can see. He's certainly got no footage that I can see. Why don't you film the Bigfoot then, Colorado forest beings person, instead of a bunch of sticks that mostly have fallen on the ground? Yeah, so you guys in the live waiting room, I'll bring you in a minute, so it's just a little bit of a warning for you. You can brush your hair and that, because you... Oh, actually, do you know what? I shall now get rid of that. Shall I get rid of Mini-Me as well? I like Mini... Hello, Mini-Me. We got the same shirts on as... Oh, go away. Go away. There we go. You know what they say about creatures with big feet? They have gib. Big. Do they? They have big. I'm glad you're there here to tell us these things, Adam Balcom. Okay. Bigfoot is naturally blurry. Perhaps it's like in that film, Four Lions. Whenever you try and film Bigfoot, he's actually there busy going, so that he always appears blurry in photographs. Love that film. If you haven't seen Four Lions, that is an absolutely hilarious film. I just realised I haven't got rid of Mini-Me. There we go. Absolutely hilarious film. 4 Asian guys who had decided to carry out a terrorist attack. Now, you might think that's not a thing for humour. I disagree, because humour is a good way to point out the ridiculousness of many things. Hey, that's why I try and use humour where I can, if it's funny, against flat earth and conspiracies, because a lot of these things deserve to be laughed at, and being laughed at is often more cutting than just having some evidence shown against you. Yes, I see it, Mr. X, Mr. Y, gone now. So yeah, Four Lions, absolutely hilarious film, brilliant. Yeah, it is genius, Bob. Yeah, I mean, when I told someone else about it, oh, it's a comedy film about these guys who want to carry out a terrorist attack. You think, what? But I laugh so much. Right, let's bring some people in. Right, at random. So random, I'm going to do them from the top down. So, guys, here we go. We have Blue Feather. We have Captain Welshie. We have IB Hunter. We have Joe Kuiper. We have Mr. 42. And we have Schmucker. Good evening, guys, to all of you.
Hello.
Oh, someone's quiet.
Good evening, Mr. Sensible.
That's 42. I recognise your dulcet tones.
Good evening.
Joe, hello to you. You all right?
I'm fine.
Good. Well, I'm not sure. Are you others?
Aloha.
Hello. Aloha to you too, Blue. I'm a poet.
Hello.
I didn't know it. And so, who was that? Welshie.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good evening to you. Are you all right?
Yeah, we're alright, mate. We're fantastic.
Good stuff. And we got Schmucker in there.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. Did I say it right? Did I remember?
Yeah.
Hey. And that's despite you being very strange letters on my screen. I just remembered it. Anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know. What do you think about all this stuff about trolls? Like I said, I've certainly had worse. These were not particularly nasty trolls, but just trolls. I honestly don't know why they do it. I mean, to be honest, the Colorado guy at first was at least trying to argue about Mage, totally failing, but trying. But he kept trying to goad me into a debate on Nathan Oakley's, and the God, whatever his name was, God Troll, trying to get me riled up about a word I used, which I'm not denying. I used the word twat, God. And if you're not careful, I'll use it about you. And when I say God, that's not you, God. That's God Troll God. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? I mean, you must all see trolls on channels at times.
Yes, obviously, I love myself a good troll at sometimes. Yeah?
What, you troll, do you?
Speaking of trolls,
Yeah, good troll. Why not? Every now and then makes life a bit more, interesting.
I suppose it depends what you mean by troll. If you mean a gentle wind up, just to for instance, to get Oakley wound up, is, I suppose it's the same really. But so many of these trolls are absolutely horrific. They're absolutely horrific. Do nothing other than try and upset people.
mayhem.
I'm sorry, Blue?
They cause mayhem.
Yeah, they can do. They can do. I don't know. I mean, we've had. Well, we all know what's been going on lately across the community, and I think at least half of that is down to trolls, shit stirring and just trying to get. Because in fact, on which one was it? I had another one saying to me, "What's your opinion on?" And it was talking about a whole load of these things which have been highly contentious recently, and I just said, well, my opinion is, no matter who you are, flat Earth or globe Earth, these things alleged are bad things. So if you have some evidence against someone, take it to the police. Other than that, it's not my business. I don't have to defend them. I don't have to attack people, and I won't do either. It doesn't involve me. The thing is, they know that. They were doing that to try and get me involved in the argument, and I'm not going to fall for it. It's nothing to do with me.
Yeah, they love doing that indeed. That is something I will not fall. I try not to fall for as well.
And it's actually quite difficult, isn't it, 42?
It can be at times, especially if it's a subject that is interesting or is close to the heart.
Yes, and they try and push your buttons. What will get you riled?
Or even people that you know pretty well.
Yeah,
it's even worse. Yeah.
Well, Dog Walker's just said you can't troll flatards; they block everyone. Well, actually, that's one. That's about the only thing I'm going to give Nathan Oakley credit for. He hasn't blocked me, despite our disagreements and arguments. I think that's mainly because he thinks that he can use me as a punch bag, but it's like water for duck's back. But yeah, we got people like Level Earth Observer. The Earth is flat. Well, actually, Level, it looks like it's a globe. Right, you're blocked. So, fair enough. You're not going to get anywhere
I'm blocked
with that.
as well. I had one little discussion a few weeks ago about GPS, and I got blocked.
Am I secretly Swiss as Dora? I could be, couldn't I? Well, someone said earlier on in the comments that you got to remember that they're people. That's right. I'm a real person. I've got family. I've got friends. I've got a job. I've got things I'm, hopes and dreams. I've got things I'm fearful of, as have you, 42, as have you, Dora and Coop. I know you guys know it. We all have. So I was saying about that thing about that comment asking about Anthony Riley. It doesn't matter what I think of him. It doesn't matter if, in some aspects, I think he's an absolute disgusting person for various reasons, which we talked about before. I won't go into now. But I also think it would be equally disgusting to spread a rumour, which, unless there's evidence for, is just a rumour or a lie, perhaps started by a troll, or if it's true, then if he had a medical episode, as anybody could, it's not his fault. So the last thing I'd want, if it was me or a member of my family, is people using that as a weapon or laughing because they happen to have had some sort of medical episode. And Anthony, again, I'll say I certainly wouldn't do that, and I would absolutely condemn that being used against you.
What about the rumor about Matt Power?
It's true. It's not a rumor. If so many say it, it must be true.
I saw it on Simon Dance. It must be true. Yeah.
It's true.
I have 53 videos of people saying it. It must be true.
Well, that's right.
Fair point.
Yeah. We got more people saying that Matt Powell has a banana in his backyard, inflatable banana in his backyard that he calls Dr. Peel. Then we got flat earthers professing the earth is flat. So there's got to be more in it than that.
8 subs.
Sounds legit.
Sounds legit, yeah. And I did see someone says he won't block me because he needs me. Yeah, I think you're right. The number of times I thought, I could go on his channel, I could get in an argument with him, but to be honest, I wouldn't even get the chance to argue because I'd just be muted. Or I don't think he'd boot me. I think he'd keep me there for a while, but keep talking over me and muting me just so he could abuse me. So I wouldn't actually get the pleasure of telling him a few home truths about flat Earth and his idiot understanding of various things like second law of thermodynamics, etc., etc. So yeah, I have to think, no, I'm not going to go on there, and I won't. Absolutely won't. I'll happily talk to Nathan, have a debate with Nathan on a neutral channel, or if you wish to come on here. But as I said, with regards to that Colorado bloke, I'd understand if he wouldn't come on here because he is such a biased person. I can only assume would think the same of me. In fact, I wouldn't. I would give him a fair shout and wouldn't talk over him, etc., etc. But I can understand if he wouldn't want to come here. That's fine. But it would have to be somewhere neutral with a fair moderator.
I actually enjoy the trolls.
Okay.
They come to my channel, and I try to engage with them as far as answering any questions or whatever as accurate as I can. But I try to answer it in a way that keeps the conversation going. And more than once, I've had a really good conversation with somebody that led to them starting to question what they believed.
That is fine, but for example, today I removed a comment from a troll because for the 6th time in a row he didn't come up with any argument, and so I replied to him, "Hey, I delete your comment now. Please reply if you have an argument, and then I will have something there to discuss." I don't even block him. There's no reason to do that. But if they don't come up with anything, there is no point discussing.
I mean,
I've had that also, but what I have also is I'll leave them there and I'll let them. You lose interest if they don't have participate in. They'll eventually lose interest. The only ones I actually remove from my channel are the ones that are vulgar, because I do have kids that come to my channel to look at the astrophotography stuff.
Absolutely.
Other than that, I'll leave it there.
My filters are on, just the extremely strong swear words. Anything hate speech where I can think of words, or if I see one, then I add it. But it's hate speech gets removed. Arguments, disagreements do not get removed. And I quite like it when they have a pop at me. That's fine, absolutely fine. And yeah, I leave them there because I don't know how it works with the algorithm. Obviously, the more posting and interaction, the better. If you take those off, does that count against you? Although I suppose in the grand scheme of things, it's only the odd one anyway. Hello, Osvaldo Greco. How are you, my friend? For those of you who don't know, Osvaldo Greco is the man who did the drawing of Arnold. I did the very rough design, and Osvaldo turned it into this most excellent patch that you can't really see because of the green screen for Mage, and did my moon buggy image, which appears at the beginning of every single one of my videos. Top man, Oz. Top man.
Well done.
Conan, I haven't been looking under bridges. Bridges have been looking under me lately.
A fellow artist.
A fellow artist, yeah. Yeah, Oz is a really nice guy.
I personally don't have a problem with a troll as long as it's done in good-hearted nature. But if it gets out of control, that's when you got to really put your foot down with it.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
I mean, I put my foot down with the one that was trying to goad me into getting involved in those community arguments, and I basically answered honestly that, you know, for instance, I'm not involved, I've nothing to do with me, I don't know anything. If you have some evidence against someone saying they've done something illegal, that's fine, take it to the police, and I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I have no more to say about it than that. That's that. Oh, I do like that. Agent Smith 0666 brackets message deleted. I want to know what he said now. Secret.
You will never know.
No, I won't.
Message redacted.
Listen, Oz, you said, Osvaldo just said thanks for the undeserved praise. No, not at all, Oz. Because a couple times, I mean, like with the Mage patch, you'd already done the Mr. Arnold moon buggy, which I loved. But I reached out to you to convert that Mage patch into a proper graphic, and you very kindly did that, and I do really appreciate it, because that is a skill that I do not have. You saw my original skill level, my scribble, which is still up there. One day that'll be worth millions, absolutely millions, and I've kept it. I'll cash it in. I don't know, can you guys hear the rain? It's thumping down on my roof here.
I cannot hear the rain over my rain.
Well, that's all right then. That's fine.
Really where I am. That's no big surprise.
Buck Warp has just said message deleted. It doesn't work like that, Buck. You should have just deleted your message deleted. I could delete it for you if you want. Oh dear. Multi Tom Tom, play your songs. Oh, no, Multi Tom Tom. I would. Do you know? I would play your repertoire of Flat Earth songs. Only I have subscribers and I value them and their sanity. So I'm afraid not. But let me give you a shout out, Multi Tom Tom. If anybody wishes to hear Multi Tom Tom, Flat Earth rapper par excellence, then do feel free to visit his channel. He has a number of pieces there. Okay, Tom Tom, you've got a shout out.
We'll take that under advisement, Mr. S.
Good idea, General. Oh, I think I just said thunder. I'm just doing a refresh because I did see a super chat, yes, from Andy Sibley 1 for £4.99. Thank you, Andy. FTFE did a perfect troll of Nathan Oakley during his 40-hour live stream not so long ago. It was a thing of beauty. Oh, yes. I must go back and watch that again. That was a little while ago. Yeah.
You can hear the rain coming through.
I'm sorry?
You can hear the rain coming through on your headphones.
You can hear it, yeah. Not much I can do about that. Not much.
Oh, I didn't say it.
I suppose I could spend £4,000 on sound deadening equipment like Nathan Oakley did, resulting in sound which is, to my ears,
I want a recording if you're gonna tell your wife about that.
What about? We've been there, done that.
Yep, but now 4 times as much.
Oh, Multi Tom Tom is so talented with the songs. There you go, Tom Tom. Second best Bob's a fan. You've got groupies. How about that, Tom?
Ooh, that's something different.
Oh, David Oliver says his message says this message was deleted by Mr. 42.
Yeah. The deleted message got deleted by me to make it more authentic. You're welcome.
Actually, Tom Tom, I think Citizen 9 sums it up beautifully. Multi Tom Tom's rapping is a bit like Vogon poetry, but not as good. I mean, that's harsh, saying it's not as good as Vogon poetry, but that's quite a compliment to even be compared to Vogon poetry. Tom Tom, wouldn't you say so, guys?
I think I should answer this, right? By the way, there is a Not Vogan poetry.
Multi-Tom, just multi-talented. Listen, Tom, you have come in on the stream before. Would you like to come in? We don't have to talk flat Earth, globe Earth, but you're bound to say something funny. So you're welcome to jump into the Discord and the live waiting room if you fancy coming on. And although there's 1, 2, me, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us, promise we won't pick on you at all. Absolute promise. We'll just have a nice time if you fancy coming in, because I'd like to encourage you to get used to coming on, and then maybe one time when you feel ready, then we can have a debate and a chat. So there you go. I'll make that offer now. I won't keep repeating it. You know, it's a true and honest offer, and last time you came on, you were not abused. Okay? Yes, Vogon poetry. Agent 666 was timed out by Mr. Sensible for 300 seconds. Well, the last laugh is on you because I've just timed you out. Sorry, mate.
Talking about Vogan poetry, Mr. S, I ordered the book from Amazon about 2 weeks ago. Had some troubles getting it, but since 2 days ago it finally arrived. I had it before, but in my move to Germany it disappeared.
So which book is this?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, of course.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I was literally reading something. I missed the first few seconds of what you said. Yeah, I love those books. Absolutely. I introduced my... David Oliver, this message was deleted by God. Yeah, I introduced my middle daughter to Hitchhiker's Guide. Well, do I have to? I said, look, I think you'll like it. She absolutely loved it and then bought the set. Absolutely loved it.
I don't have the book, but I have the movie.
Which one?
My computer.
Oh, do you have the modern movie or the original TV series?
I don't know, with the same guy who played Bilbo Baggins in...
Right, so that's the new movie. Oh, I mean, it's good, but what you want is the original TV series.
Yeah.
Joe, if you drop me a message, I can get that to you. Okay?
And even then, you're still missing a lot from the book.
Yes, but it was very good. It was very close to the radio series, which was the original radio series. Yes. Did you know that when Douglas Adams was doing that radio series, sometimes he was actually finishing off writing the episode that they were about to produce on the way to the studios? And it's true. And I can't remember if it's in the film, Joe, but was there the rock group Disaster Area? Was that enough in that movie with Hot Black Desiato, a rock star?
I don't
don't
recall.
Well, he was spending a year dead for tax reasons, and Hot Black Desiato is a real person. Hot Black Desiato owned or started a business of estate agents, realtors to our American friends. And Douglas saw this estate agents, Hot Black Desiato, thought it was a brilliant name. So Hot Black Desiato is the name he used for the leader of the Disaster Area rock band.
Oh,
so there you go. Yes, Bill Nye as Slarty Bartfast was pretty... Slarty Bartfast? I said it was unimportant.
Correct.
Is Agent 666 back? He's not still... If you had your 300 seconds, that's quite long, really, isn't it? Sorry if he's still there, Agent. But you must admit, it was worth it as a joke. Can I untime him? I don't know. I apparently can't untime him. My deepest apologies, Agent. Yeah, it was a cheap shot. It was a cheap shot. I feel terrible now. Well, at least you made me feel bad, which is more than those trolls do. Oh, he's back again. Oh, it now says he was Agent Smith 1470 was timed out by Agent Smith 0666 for 300 seconds. This is getting confusing. Very confusing.
It's almost like watching a Flurf video.
It is. It makes me think of an old video I did. What was the film called? The film where they go into dreams and dreams within dreams, dreams within dreams. Inception. I did an Inception video once because I'd had a back and forth with that guy. I did a video, he responded, I responded, and each one had clips of clips going back in several. And then I did one as Inception, and then it all went in slower speed as you went to deeper layers, and then that music started coming through. The Edith Piaf song, except it wasn't Edith Piaf. It was a lady I found on YouTube singing it. Absolutely gorgeous young girl just singing it. And people say, "Oh, I love Edith Piaf." It wasn't Edith Piaf. It was this girl on YouTube. And I finished up with me waking up on my desk, sort of breaking the fourth wall. It was filmed, showing my studio here. Really enjoyed doing that video. Yes.
He was one extremely arrogant flat earther, that one.
That guy. Oh, yes. Yeah, but I wish that people like that were back because they were still here, because they were so funny, they were so stupid.
I had a couple of conversations with him over Discord, and yeah, it wasn't worth it.
Is it guy with space weight, or is it different?
Yeah, space weight.
Yes, that's right. Sorry, the reason I just hesitate there, I just seen I got a message from Chris Durham Music Channel, because I said when I played the beginning of Mage, hey, his Chris Durham Music Channel wrote this piece which I use as an intro, and he actually sent me a message saying, just want to say thanks for playing my song. My pleasure, Chris. I put 3 comments in the chat thanking you, but you kept looking away at exactly the wrong time. And now
Chris went out for teaching.
Yeah, he's gone off to do his lessons, which often seem to clash. Thank you, Chris. I had looked out at the time to see if you were there, and I didn't see you. And as you said, I must have looked away every time you happened to post. Sorry. Oh, dear. Flurfs are downright obnoxious, says Flo Ryder. Yes, some of them are. Some are oh, you mean the Flurfs that are left? Yeah. I mean, we've got rid of the total idiots like that guy. We've got rid of the decent ones like Seek Truth, Speak Truth and Ranty, who have been honest enough to look at the evidence and then change their position, which is all you can ask for. And yeah, we seem to be pretty much, I don't know what percentage, certainly a large percentage we're left with the obnoxious ones. Not all of them.
Slimy part at the bottom of the drum.
Yeah. The scum that no matter how hard you scrape, just won't come out the bottom of the barrel.
No comments here.
No.
You know what happened? I got pretty mad yesterday.
So say again.
I was pretty angry yesterday.
Yes. Perhaps you'd like to tell... I mean, I agree with you. Perhaps you'd like to tell people, Mr. Boy,
Yeah. Well, what the thing happens with most flurvers, they deny science, and that doesn't upset me. I will go against it. It makes good content and always good fun, especially if they reply. But the moment that you have mess with people's lives, then you have a problem. And what happened yesterday was that Level Earth Observer decided to deny the Challenger disaster. And that is a bridge too far for me.
Isn't it just? Look, guys, just carry on for a second. Mr. Arnold's trapped. He wants to get out. 1 second. Carry on.
Yeah. So I didn't even, this time I didn't even show his video, only a small part. I didn't make it a reaction video. I just wanted to address the issue and show the world what disgusting subject he created.
He is not the only one who does it. Come on.
That is true, but this happened yesterday.
No, I've seen your video about it.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it was raining when I opened the door, and then he turned around. He didn't want to come. Hey,
it's a clever cat.
What do you mean, poor Arnie, David? He wasn't trapped as in his tail was trapped or anything. He just was, for some reason, struggling with the his door. But he obviously wanted to go out, so I thought I'd let him out. I opened the door, and he... Oh, no, screw that. And he turned around and comes straight... He beat me back in. Go on and have your chair. Oh, dear.
Same as my dog.
What, doesn't like the rain?
She doesn't want to go out when it's raining.
I've also got a message. Actually, Colon, I did see a post. It was just as I was dealing with Arnold. From Colon. You do know Nathan Thompson has decided to become a cannabis father and is leaving Flat Earth. Well, I suppose he's leaving. Is he no longer going to be a user? He's just going to farm it now? But no, I hadn't heard anything about that.
I heard smoking weed changes your brain function, so maybe he got smarter for a change.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that in many states that it's legal now, and I think for the most part, I'm not a user, but I think for most people, it's generally harmless. However, it can, I think primarily in younger people, but it can screw with your mind. This is true. A friend of mine who was about 14, I think, when he started, after a couple of years, developed a psychosis. Paranoia, started watching the TV and reading the newspapers because he was sure that it was going to be stories about him and everyone was out to get him. So it really can affect people. Other than that, I'm not going to say anything because I know that many people do use it and many people do use it with no problem at all. So I'm honestly not judging, but it's not 100% harmless. For some people, it can affect them. I guess you're either very lucky or very unlucky.
What you're describing is mostly harmless.
Yes.
I'm one of the lucky.
I think
Maybe when
alcohol.
Nathan smokes, number 1 brain cell actually starts talking to number 2 brain cell again.
Oh,
Smoking
I want to
for
just
over 50
sorry
years.
guys. Rockin' Robbins 13. I'd like to read that out. I'm out of here. First Mr. Sensible chat I've participated in, and not the last. Thanks. Well, Rockin' Robin, thank you very much for trying this out. I'm glad you've enjoyed it, and yes, please come back again. I appreciate every viewer, every subscriber, every super chat, every comment. Thank you, sir, and have a good day. And I've just had another super chat from some old troll saying it inside of for $5 US, saying inside of barrel smelling worse and worse, getting lonely, need new prey. Oh yes. Yeah, we need some fresh flat earthers. Just as a general thing, if anyone comes across anything that they would like me to look at to debunk, or any flat earths or other conspiracy, please do feel free to email me. My email's in the description, or come on my Discord and drop me a DM or tweet me and let me know. If I decide not to do it, it may be as simple as, do you know what, I disagree with that person. I'd like to, but just the style of the video can make it difficult. I'm sure some videos that I can tackle, perhaps Mr. 42 would think I don't know how to approach that. Something he does, I would think I wouldn't have known how to approach that. Just different styles and so on. Some won't work for me.
Absolutely.
But please pass them my way. And if it's something that I don't want to do for whatever reason, we can pass it on to other people. You know.
Yeah.
It's got to the point now where when I find a Flat Earth channel, I actually try and go through who they're subscribed to and then go and have a look at them.
Yes.
And so
I've done.
keep
Found
going
some
through the
interesting.
channels.
Found some interesting stuff like that. Mr. 42, someone said, Heat Shield said, the video 42 made yesterday, I cannot say how happy I was to see this delicately handled topic. And he's dropped a link to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole thing with the Challenger deniers is disgusting. I remember watching that.
Yeah, but the thing is, and that is what Heat Shield is used for me, I am usually making reaction videos with 90% of the original videos in there, in cut up pieces of course.
Yeah.
And this time I didn't do it, and they are happy about that.
Yeah.
Leo's disgusting stuff on my channel. And still addresses the topic.
Yeah, I mean, that conspiracy theory has been around for several years. And it's been so thoroughly debunked. One guy, I can't remember. Each of the individuals has. Someone actually went through and proved stuff about each of the individuals. This one of the ladies happens to share the same name. Absolutely looks nothing like her really, and was working on the other side of the states as a teacher or something. You know what I mean? It's all easily debunkable. It's utter tripe. Utter tripe.
Yeah.
And let's just say, just for the sake of argument, that they had wanted to scrub that mission in a spectacular fashion. You
I know where this is going.
couldn't. Yeah. Has anyone seen Capricorn 1? How could you trust that those people would never be found out for the rest of their lives. All their friends, every person they've ever met who might be in contact with them, they're going to have to keep away from and never speak to again. All of their family, because it takes one person and the whole thing's blown wide open. But that hasn't happened.
So in their wisdom, they gave them the same name as they have had before.
Yeah, that's right. So if I was going to create a conspiracy, there's a big explosion on my channel. Everyone sees me killed on this channel live on a stream, and I set up somewhere else. I'm hardly going to start another YouTube channel called Mr. Sensible, because it would be a bit of a giveaway, wouldn't it? Idiots, absolute chuff nuggets.
The globe like cannot be held ever.
No.
With all the millions of people that would need to be involved. Impossible.
Definitely. I've got a few more people I've just dragged in. We've got Dr. Bob, the science guy. We've got Matt, M2M, formerly known as... I can't think... Oh, gosh, what was your name before?
Spaceman.
Casual Spaceman, thank you. Oh, dear. Hello, Bob. We can tell it's you because of the strange robot noises.
Oh, cool. And as always, Bob is driving in his car.
Yeah.
Again.
I actually don't think
I'm a traveling man, but I've got my repeater going, and I'm not Bob. I'm Research Flat Moon. I'm the artist formerly known as Bob the Science Guy.
Well, I actually don't think you've got legs, Bob, because I've never seen you out of your car. Never. How are you anyway?
I haven't actually seen him full stop, but I don't know.
Yeah, none of us watch your channel, Bob.
I've been doing great. Yeah, I wouldn't watch it either. You know, apparently I can't use an auto level.
Oh no, you've been found out.
Yeah, I've been found out. I'm a paid NASA shrill, and Illuminati, 33rd degree Mason. You know the usual stuff.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But that's just between you and me. No one else need to know that. Multi Tom Tom said, I'd mentioned the film Capricorn 1 earlier. He said Capricorn 1 is about the fake moon landings. Multi Tom Tom. Multi Tom Tom. It was Mars. It was Mars.
Yeah, it was Mars.
Oh boy.
Yep.
And yes, it was about a fake
Yeah, they
Mars.
made it to the moon. And
although actually, in the film, in the film, they genuinely
sensible. They did make it to the moon, but they were trying to go to Mars, and they couldn't get the.
That's right. It was a real Mars shot. They had every intention of going, but there was something wrong, wasn't there? So they knew it wouldn't work, so they had to fake it.
What struck me, correct me if I'm wrong, but what struck me about it was, remember that in film, I think if I remember with the rocket they actually using, it looked very much like the Saturn V, with the Apollo module as well. So
they made it to the moon. They made it to the moon.
Yeah. But the fake. Yeah,
they could go to the moon, but they found out they didn't have enough life support to go to Mars.
Yeah,
that's it. That's the one. Yeah, that's it.
Life support, definitely. And that, of course, was a film with O.J. Simpson in, no less.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, right.
So, have you actually watched it, Tom Tom?
I guess not.
I don't think so either.
I like the way Tom Tom's still sitting out there, but he won't come in and chat.
Yeah, I know. I did invite him. He says, truth in movies, lives on TV. Wow.
Any question about Mars, though?
Sorry, say again, Joe.
Well, the thing that amazes me...
Sorry, Joe, what was it you said? Was it Joe?
I think it was Dr. Bob.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, I made a comment on Brandon's the other day when they were trying to talk about estimating the size of Venus in the transit of Venus. It became very apparent they had no idea what they were talking about, and they never looked. So I told them basically, unless you actually watch the video, you really don't have the right to have an opinion on it because you have no idea what you're talking about. You have to find out something first You know, you have to learn something about it first before you can have an opinion on it.
I'm sorry, Joe.
So,
Bob, are you talking videos in general? Was it one particular video? In which case, I just missed which one it was.
oh, we were talking about the transit of Venus.
Right.
You know, I mean, this guy's got an opinion on Capricorn 1, but he's not seen Capricorn 1. How can you have an opinion on a movie you haven't seen?
And he said, "There's truth in movies," which means, you know, Sauron might just come back.
Well, then you might want.
It's Dr. Bob, the robot man.
Seek some truth. Then actually watch the movie, eh?
Oh, sorry, Bob. It always makes me laugh when you start roboting. Oh.
Do I amuse you?
Yeah.
Do you find me humorous?
Yes. Yes.
Well, good. That's my job in life.
Cool.
Thank you.
Sorted.
I have a question for Dr. Bob, if you don't mind.
It's 42.
Wait.
Well, what's your question for Dr. Bob?
Dr. Bob, are you driving or are you traveling?
Yes. I am doing one or the other.
Oh no, he's making a video in his car.
This could be true, couldn't it? So are you a sovereign citizen then,
Well, that
Bob?
could be an idea.
You're travelling as a sovereign citizen?
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't been pulled over.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. If you see me on Schrodinger's cat getting tased, you know what I was doing.
well, look, Bob, I tell you what, if you're going to do that, if you're going to put fake plates on and get yourself pulled and tasered and that, do us a favour, let me know, I'll get it videoed, and I'll split the advertising revenue with you.
Cool. That sounds like fun.
That's a plan.
That'll really augment my NASA income.
Yes.
I think that's only
Focus
legal in
gentlemen.
Westchester County.
Westchester County. IB, are you CC?
I'm not CC. But if you're going to be making a video from behind the wheel of a car, I think that's only legal in Westchester County.
Or kitchens. That's the other place you can do it. As long as your wife's not around, of course.
Speaking of wives, has yours forgiven you yet?
Yeah, she's golden. I have to say that in case she watches. Yeah.
She's a keeper, Mr. S. She's a keeper.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, my 3 daughters have now been arguing about who's going to get that Buzz Aldrin, the whole display when I die. Thanks.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Can you put me in your will?
It is now casual. Right, I am aware of your name. I don't know if you use your name. What name do you use now?
Oh, you can call me Matt. That's fine.
Okay. So obviously,
whatever you want. I don't mind.
Yeah, call me anything you want, but just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Cool. Yeah. It's pretty impressive, isn't it, Matt? I was just so stoked about that.
Yeah, I love it. I'm very, very jealous. Yeah, I probably would have paid that. Yeah, for sure, if I had the money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it was my money that I'd saved up, but it's still a fact that I spent that much on that as a thing, which to me was worth. It was obviously worth it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have paid it. To her, it wouldn't have been, and to many other people, I presume it wouldn't have been. But then there's things that I mean, like Nathan Oakley spends an absolute fortune apparently on strange purple toys. To me, it's not worth the money. But there we go. Each to their own, I suppose.
Well, my wife has her own rule.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gary Banger's just made a lovely claim out in chat.
What's that?
Bob the Science Guy claims we have to steer our cars while driving down the highway to adjust for the Coriolis effect.
Oh.
That's going back a bit, isn't it? Listen, none of those flat earthers had the faintest idea what Coriolis is.
I don't know you have to work a car.
Well, that comment chased Dr. Bob right out of the room.
Oh, yeah. But perhaps you're right. Bob's run away. He has run away. He is gone.
Oh.
Oh, dear. Well, that
You
was
have a problem.
it was a killer argument.
He just headbutted the steering wheel to knock himself out.
Hey, Tom.
Mr. Sensible, you're lucky with your wife. My
Dr.
wife,
Bob
if I spend $1, she spends $5.
Dr. Bob says his phone overheated.
Okay. Well, if he reappears, I'll drag him back in. Yeah, well, it was. I think it was Dr. Bob who suggested to. It may have been him who said that his tactic. It could have been someone else. His tactic is. Oh no, or maybe it's Wolfie. Actually, I've got a feeling it might be Wolfie 6020. That his secret is that whenever he buys something for himself and he treats himself to various toys, he always makes sure that he gives a certain amount to Mrs. Wolfie 6020 to spend on herself. Yeah, that's a plan. That's a plan, I suppose.
Yeah, but if I spend 10 grand on something, I'd have to spend 50 grand on my wife. So you're lucky.
Oh dear. Martin H loves having people like Gary Wybenga or why bother? Wybenga. It makes him feel really intelligent. Oh, Gary. Gary.
College professor.
Well, Gary.
Does Gary ever come in here?
I think he did come on briefly once, didn't you, Gary? Like Tom, and I was glad he did, Gary. He trusted me, and we had a little chat. He wasn't able to stay long, and that was cool. It was just chatting, like we're chatting. It was no sort of flat Earth discussion or anything like that. We were just having a chat, and that was cool. No, Multi Tom, it's not Sigma Octaris. Sigma Octaris?
Like flat Earth discussion exists in so-called flat Earth debates.
Typical Tom knows nothing about what he's talking about and thinks he does.
Yeah. I did see, Tom, you had a video trying to tell us how the sun is not hot. Well, at night time it's not, is it? It can get quite cold at night time. Sun, I guess, switched off.
Yeah, that's why we can go there.
I need to get my cheap bottle of whiskey.
Yeah. Oh, if the sun isn't hot, where does sunburn come from?
Good point. You've been debunked there, Tom.
I've actually seen a quote on Twitter, and I think it was a clip of a Twitter quote, and somebody was actually quite serious when they said, "Well, the moon landings are fake because the moon only comes out at night time, so it took 3 days to get there, so therefore they couldn't have happened because you can only land on there at night time."
Oh no.
Well, serious.
Well, what I would say is, if that was someone honestly thinking that, then obviously it's sad that they have that lack of understanding. But you can understand, as long as they then looked at the evidence and had it explained to them and then tried to understand, that'd be fair enough.
Yeah, I mean that's the extreme, but with most people. It is lack of knowledge. I think that's the same thing with anything about space travel and things like that. I mean, you can look at all kinds of different flirters, and actually flirts can present a little bit of evidence about the flat Earth, but when it comes to anything like space travel or the Apollo landings, it just shows they just know absolutely nothing, just so little, and they try to produce videos about it, and it's terrible. It really is.
It is indeed.
It's really bad.
Dunning-Kruger at its finest.
Well, Multi Tom said he'd debate anyone, and I said, or someone, it wasn't me, beg your pardon. Someone said the height of Dunning-Kruger, and Multi Tom said that who's he? He'll debate him as well. And I did actually say, Tom, and I've said it several times. I can organise that. I'm willing to be a neutral host with no one else here. And you can debate Dunning-Kruger because I can organise that. So please let me know if you want to go ahead. I will organise it. We'll get you on here and you can debate Mr. Kruger. That would be interesting. I'll tell you what, Tom. I'll tell you what. If you agree to debate Dunning-Kruger and come onto this channel, all right? Because I know you said, you don't want people to benefit. On that stream, I would donate any and all super chats to a charity of your choice. Okay? And I would do that. You have my word, and I'd say that at the beginning of the stream. Talking of which, I've literally just had a super chat, and I'll just double check just in case I've missed any. Super chat from Truth Nerds for €5 saying Schrodinger's cat. The cat may be alive or dead inside the box. Flat Earther's cat. As soon as I close the lid, the cat no longer exists. I'm sorry. Sorry, who was that?
That was Joe.
It was me. I have to go. I have to make some dinner.
Okay, well, Joe, thank you very much for dropping in. Appreciate it. I hope you've had a good time.
Sure had.
Okay.
See you later.
Yeah, you take care, my friend. Bye-bye. And we've got someone in the waiting room. The person sat in the waiting room, I'll drag you into the room. Here's a sort of 30-second, 1-minute warning. I don't recognise the name, so you'll need some sort of headphones or earbuds or whatever and a microphone rather than playing it through a stereo because we get feedback, just in case you weren't aware.
Could possibly be Alan Black.
It could be, couldn't it? Because I did say that he was going to call. So I'll bring him in a minute anyway.
You know, we were talking about Mars earlier on.
I'm sorry, say again.
You know when we were talking about Mars earlier on, right?
Yeah.
How long do you think do we see like a manned space mission to Mars?
Do you know, I genuinely hope I see it in my lifetime. Although it would just be great to see a moon landing, because that's predicted to be not too far off, isn't it? I mean, I don't
inside 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest and say I don't really see the point of that lunar gateway, and you know, if you gained all that momentum to get to the moon, and then you're in effect stopping, you're going to have to build up all that momentum again. But then I guess if they can fuel from the moon, there'd be advantages. But yeah, I would love to see a lunar landing again. Can you imagine the flat earthers? You could have it in 4K video of it. It'd be fantastic.
I think really the idea of the gateway really is to make it kind of quite a lot simpler, to be honest with you, because if you've got a permanent space station around the moon, all you've got to do really is dock with that. If you look back at Apollo 11, on the transit on the way to the moon, they had to undock with the final stage, maybe if you remember, and then turn around, dock with the limb, take that out, and then fly onto the moon. So I think the whole idea of that is really just to make it a whole lot simpler, but also in terms of transitioning from space travel, getting themselves ready for the actual, so you can have a lander actually attached to the gate. I think that's the general idea. I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's the idea.
But I thought it was more to do with sort of lunar landings and exploration.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But aren't they also talking about it with regard to it being a stepping stone onto Mars and so on? In which case, I think there's less of an argument for it.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it can be. I mean, it's not going to stay with the present design as it is. It's built in such a way that it can be extended quite considerably. So they've got that option. So yeah, it will be. It could still be used as a stepping stone, literally from the surface of the moon to the gateway, and then on to further.
If you build some industry on the moon, like fuel industry, because moon have ice.
Yeah.
The ice is
that's
hydrogen and oxygen. So
yeah, so if you could
have some reason.
Yeah, they're looking at the polar caps just for that very reason. Exactly. Yeah, because obviously if you've got water, you can produce hydrogen, so you've got fuel. So.
Yeah. So there are benefits. But anyway, I mean, yes, I would love to see a Mars shot in my lifetime. I would so love it.
I mean, you got Elon Musk is saying that he's going to get to Mars by 2024. I mean, that's not going to happen. To be honest with you, I really don't think. I can't see it happening. At the very best, you might see it happen by 2030, 2032, maybe, if all goes really well. But to be honest with you, I think we're probably looking at late 2030s, in my opinion. There's just so many more challenges to overcome yet. There's a long way to go.
Isn't there just?
Yeah.
I mean, there was talk of what was the one-way shot called?
Mars 1, I think.
Okay, Mars 1 with a small group. Yeah, that's right. Small group going to Mars and basically staying there. I think that made it.
Yeah,
made
that
it,
was Mars 1. Yeah.
yeah, I think that made it more likely it would happen. How long it would be successful, and whether they could maintain that, I don't know. And the idea that's a tough call, isn't it? If you were offered the opportunity to go to Mars, that's one thing. But if you're offered the opportunity to go to Mars, but you're going to stay there forever, that's something else. I know there are people who would do that, of course.
No, thank you. I'd love to visit Mars without a shadow of a doubt. But well, actually, come to think of it, no, I probably wouldn't now. Now at my age and with children and stuff like that, the risk is just too high. But I think if it was safe enough, I probably would do. But no, but definitely not stay for sure. I'm an Earthling.
Okay. Well, Matt, here's a question for you. I forgot the guy's name. Yasuko Meizawa's Debunking thing. Have you heard any news about what's happening? Because it's gone absolutely quiet. For those who don't know, he bought a whole bunch of tickets for a flight around the moon and back again, and was giving a bunch of tickets away. And I applied amongst a couple of other people. I think it's about 500,000 people, something ridiculous.
A couple.
And there was a couple of dates, like this date is the cut-off date for applications. This date is when we'll wheedle it down. This date is when there's final selections or whatever. And it's just stopped. There's nothing. And now he's going up with. Is it with Branson? No, not Branson. Was it Branson?
I can't remember that. No, it wasn't Branson.
No.
You'll think Branson's going up with Virgin, I think.
Yeah.
Eventually. I can't remember, but the thing with that is the reason why it's gone a bit quiet is because Starship is all dependent on Starship. That's the kids he's got book on, but Starship's still very much in early development. They've tested it to the orbital stage. They've tested it to 20 kilometers. 15 kilometers, and we landed it. They managed to do that. But they haven't yet tested it with the booster stage, and they're hoping to do that hopefully within the next few weeks. So yeah, there's a lot to do to develop that, even just as an unmanned system, let alone to actually have it human rated.
Yes, but
what you say is absolutely true. But the development with Starship is so amazingly fast.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, without a doubt, yeah, it is. For a brand new system, it's amazingly quick. Yeah, I mean, he's really pushing hard for it. But with every time that Elon Musk gives a kind of date when something's going to happen, you know that he's being very, very hard on that date.
Yeah.
There's a joke that goes around that says that it's Elon's time and then there's everybody else's time.
Yeah.
He's not going to achieve that, but he does that on purpose in order to drive the project forward quicker. That's the
Beach 8 has just said with Bezos. I think that's right. Yasuko's going up with Bezos, isn't he?
That's it. It. Sorry,
but what's disappointing is the fact that on the dearmoon.earth website, there's nothing to say, for instance, this is all on hold, or why can't they go through progressing to narrow it down to a smaller number of people, even if they then have to put it on hold. It's just I've seen quite a few people tweeting him saying, any news, what's happening, and there's just no responses. It's a bit of a shame, really.
In that regard, it has gone a bit quiet. I don't honestly know. I haven't heard anything myself either. To be honest with you, you probably hear it just as soon as I would.
Yeah. Well, my one of my kids has sort of said, "Would you really go up?" Because obviously yes, it is dangerous. Generally, I don't take a lot of risks in life. I suppose, to be fair, because people do extreme sports and all sorts of things where there is elements of risk, and there's certainly a big risk with a space shot. And yeah, there's I'll be honest and say that the idea of it, there is a certain amount of fear. You've got rather a big continual explosion going on below you, but it's one of those things that if you have the opportunity, I don't think you can turn down.
I think space travel, as it naturally would do, has got safer without a shadow of a doubt. As technology advances, it's bound to happen anyway. If you look back comparatively to the Apollo space program, for example,
was that about 30%? Was that?
Yeah. One. I think it was one astronaut. I can't remember who actually said that there was a 1 in 3 chance that he wouldn't return.
Yeah,
that's what he told his wife.
Yeah.
So
massive risk.
huge risks in those days. And that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand, is because you say, oh, well, why don't we use that technology now? The reason why we don't use that technology because it was risky. It's too risky.
Yeah.
You know, we're not willing to accept those kind of risks that we take now. But yeah, it's getting better. Sure, Starship will probably advance to being human rated a lot quicker than I probably imagined it would be, and I hope it does, and I hope I'm proved wrong. But it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be done by 2024. Personally, I really don't.
Well, at my age, I'd go in a heartbeat.
Yeah. Well, I would too. Bob Nodell's gyroscope, thanks Bob, said I wouldn't go up. I'm scared of heights. Well, I'm scared of heights too. A few years back, I had the chance to go on a ride along in a police helicopter, and I'm scared of heights. Flying is okay. I enjoy the acceleration as you take off, but as soon as you're sort of 100 feet up, I think, oh my God, look at that, little cars down there. Once I'm right up at height with the clouds, I'm fine. Again, as you're coming down to landing, I feel very unhappy. But I had that opportunity, and that was an opportunity that I felt I can't miss that. It's just such a rare opportunity that I went for it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was absolutely amazing. And with this...
Just get on board and close your eyes, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Well, I've been up to 70,000 feet.
What was that in, Joe?
I've been up to 70,000 feet in a military plane.
Wow.
I can tell you that it's absolutely stunning up there.
Yeah. Well, you know that company that did do MiG Flug, I think it was, doing flights in the MiG fighter jet. It's the same one James May went up in. I actually was looking into that. That would cost quite a bit of money, but I was looking into that with a view to, at that time, because this is going back about a year, asking for fundraising to help me do it. But whether people would have or not, I don't know. But unfortunately, they're not doing it. I think there's a problem with parts for the MiG. But there we go.
I was lucky. A friend of mine is in the Air Force.
So, Alan Black, what do you mean I never went on a helicopter? What would make... I've been on a helicopter...
Just dumb.
Yeah, I've been on a helicopter twice. Once when I was about 14 at a little, holiday camp. They had helicopter flights. You paid 10 quid, went up a few hundred feet and came down. But this was a ride-along on a police helicopter. Yeah, I did it. I've got video that can... Actually, while we're chatting, I'll see if I can bloody find a clip of it for you.
Why would he lie about that?
I know. I don't know.
Mr. Sensible, it's CGI.
Helicopters, sky demons.
Sky demons. Well, actually,
Yeah, he's just like making crap comments all the time.
yes. I will. I remember. I know how I'll show you. We'll carry on chatting. I'm just going to have to dig this out because it's rather an old video of mine. But I do remember which one it was. I'm sure. So that
when you had hair.
It was.
You had hair, Mr.
But actually, it'd be quite interesting because, like I said, I did have. I'm going back. I think it was my 300 subscriber special. So it was a while back, but that is stand out enough that I should be able to find it. I think it was before that. What was it called? I thought I called it 300 subscriber special.
I've only been in a helicopter once, and that I think helicopters are a lot scarier than planes.
Actually, I felt safer. I know what you mean because you think we're just hanging in the middle of nowhere, but I just found it absolutely amazing, and I actually felt safe. And when we were coming back to the airport to land, they had to take a different route to avoid going over houses because otherwise the houses would always get the police helicopters going over. So they had this other route, and they actually really swung it so that I looked sideways and I could look at the ground because they really flung it around. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I've just found my 300 subscriber special, and I don't think it was that video. What a shame. I'll have a look at my other early videos and see if I can recall which one it was, because I did show a clip of me in the helicopter.
Oh, the scare I've ever been in my life was in a balloon ride in Australia, and we were coming down and we almost hit the power lines, and he ended up in the ground, and we got dragged sideways on the ground for like I don't know, 1,000 feet.
Yeah,
that was. I'll never go on a hot air balloon after doing that.
I wouldn't. I've sent Mrs. S up in a hot air balloon. I've also sent her up in a glider. Right.
Is there something you're not telling us, Mr. S?
Well, I actually have found this video now. So it was actually my 100 subscriber special, NASA shill exposed 100% proof. So let me just wrong thing. Let me just switch it back on. So yeah, my lighting was rather poor. It was one desk lamp and a lit window. Here we go. So I had a NASA manual there. Look at that. That is me wearing the gear prior to going up in the police helicopter. Let's whiz it. Oh yeah, how cool is that? Look, that is me. I am in the police helicopter there.
CGI.
It's not CGI. It's not CGI.
Nice shirt again, Mr.
GI.
There we go. Come on. Because I'm talking.
Could be Vladimir
there we
Putin
go.
under that helmet.
Let's have a look. You can see in the reflections, there's the Earth looking rather curved. But yeah, that was me in a helicopter looking rather cool. I loved it. I also, in that episode, I had some space ice cream from NASA brought back by my daughter. There we go. Freeze-dried ice cream. Ever tried that, Matt?
No, I haven't. I've heard a lot about it. There's a lot of talk when we talk about space food and stuff like that, and the ice cream. And stuff
It was really tasty. It did taste like ice cream, rock hard, and crunchy and that. Yeah, thumbs up. Oh look, there you go.
Very good.
Oh, I also did. Where was it? I did. I did practicing for spacewalks. Come on, hold on. Following my NASA instruction manual. Where is it? Did I miss it? Oh, come on, where are you? Saw it just a minute ago. Oh, that's equipment for toilet use. Did you see that? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Come on. So this is my 100 subscribers. Yeah. So this was practicing for spacewalks. Okay, all right. But you see, I hadn't applied NASA CGI at that time. Later on, oh, here we go. Here's my mission. Right, I'll let you see my mission. Let's play it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour.
Someone said, yeah, she's wearing the same t-shirt again.
We can't hear you, Mr. S. I don't know
I'm convinced the moon landing was.
Well, I was there. Yeah, there were 4 of us: me, Michael, Buzz, and Neil.
Well, you were the one holding the camera.
Yeah, I was out first, and I photographed. I filmed Neil. You know, it just shows it can easily be done.
Way had to do it.
You never got the credit for being the first one.
No, I know it's grossly unfair, isn't it?
Yeah, but Mr. S, the television pictures were awful.
Yeah.
Mr. S.
It was filmed. It was filmed on a very early Galaxy phone.
Did they left you on the moon so you can film how they lift off from the moon?
Well, there was that as well. Is that T-shirt actually a tattoo? Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
every video I got the same shirt on. Well, look, that was
for Apollo 15, 16, and 17 as well, lifting off as well. Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm honestly not trying to just push my channel, but that was an early video. I put a lot of effort into that one because I didn't have any previous editing skills. I had no lighting. I had no microphone. I had a single desk lamp and actually the same webcam. And that's all I had, apart from that little outside bit that was filmed. But please, if you have some time, just have a dig in, because there might be a few videos back there. There's some which I think, oh my goodness, did I really film that? You know, considering the editing. Others of which, to be honest, I'm really quite proud of. You know, I really enjoyed doing it, and I was pleased with the thing. But going back then, you know, wow, I got 200 views. It's a shame, really. So if you have some time, go back and have a look at a couple.
Yeah, but do you remember, your first 100 views, though? Do you remember that? I mean, that's incredibly exciting. That you get to 100, it's wow.
Yeah,
and then you get to 1,000, and that's even bigger. You think, wow, fantastic.
I know. That was my 100 subscriber special. I did a 300 sub special, and then, as you said, 1,000, and it just felt unreal. I mean, 100 felt incredible. Absolutely incredible. And then you'd see people, what would it be like to have, 10,000 subscribers? I got that now, you know. Now, of course, I'm wondering what it'd be like to have Dan's 428. And, of course, after they see me on the collab with Dan, they're all going to shift over here. They'll abandon. That's my prediction. They're going to abandon Dan. They're going to come here. They'll join in the live stream, say hello to Multi Tom Tom and Gary Wybenga.
Does it get any better than that?
Life doesn't get better than that, does it?
Think Simon Dan had what's his name, Professor Dave, on his podcast, and of course he's got something 1.2 million. So Simon Dan was, what's it like to have 1 million? What's it like to have over 1 million? And then you look at Simon Dan, and he's quite big in the community. Considering the number of subscribers he's got, and he's got a lot more than probably most. But then you look at Professor Dave, and you think, geez.
I know it's a matter of time, effort, and a certain amount of luck. There's no doubt about that. And putting in the time and effort, basically, and keep on keeping on. So I hope you enjoyed that. So there you go. Was it Alan? That was me in not only a helicopter, it was also me on my moonshot with full CGI overlay.
I think it's time. You come clean, Mr. S. You can go up on Apollo. You went up with that on that recovered Roswell alien. Awesome.
That was.
You were there first.
That was
first.
Roswell. I'll let you into a secret. Was actually the original Mage. It was the pre-production Mage. It didn't work. It didn't get high enough. And it just screwed things up. People got so suspicious, I had to leave it for many years before I launched what then became known as Mage 1.
Now you've let the cat out of the bag, I have to shoot you.
You look pretty good for being 120.
Yeah, it can't be more than 114.
Oh, is Mage the cause of all these UFO sightings we've been hearing recently from the Navy, US Navy?
Yeah, could be.
Well, I saw on Twitter this week someone photographing a Satelloon, as they call it, and it was a weather balloon, of course, so it might be Mage.
Citizen 9. If Oakley can crowdfund for a new exhaust, I'm sure we could all chip in for a new shirt. I can't. Of all the videos I had to pick, I happen to have had the same shirt on. You look.
Now, be honest. How many blue shirts do you have?
Probably only the one. To be honest, most of mine are either white, which doesn't go so well with a green screen. It just brightens things up, screws it up, or black. or certainly very, very dark colour. So if you look at most of my streams or videos, I'll be wearing usually a dark shirt. Usually, the blue shirt. This one, I mean, the chances of that wearing it and having 2 videos to have it. But as I said, with guys, it's a chance to become friends for life. If it, with women, they'd be spitting teeth. Mage 0, Mage 1, and Mage 2. That's right, Inciter.
I would say you were thrifty, but then again, you did buy the Buzz Aldrin thing.
Well, that's why I can afford the Buzz Aldrin thing, because the rest of the time I wear the one shirt. I mean, was it you, 42, who said before this stream, have you put on a clean pair of underpants? And I said
that,
no,
yeah.
I just turned them inside out. Well, I've got to save money for the next purchase. Sorry?
You said hair makeup, so I asked for a clean underpants.
Reflection.
Oh, guys, I tell you, I've had a brilliant time tonight. Like I said, I do have the Level Earth Observer video out tomorrow. I think it's quite good. He's put forward 3 challenges, and I feel that I have met those challenges. One of them took me 3 attempts. I think that Adam won't like the final result.
Yeah, but he's going to hand wave it away.
Of course he is.
Evidence.
Of course he is.
Yeah.
I mean, I do not think for one single moment that he will agree to debate. And I think that is really sad. I tell you what, here is an offer to any to Multi Tom Tom, Gary Wybenger and so on. You can get the word out if you like. I will debate Nathan Oakley on his channel if he can raise £2,500 for charity of my choice. Under those conditions, I would do it. Okay, so I think, thinking about it now, as I've asked Adam to, it's only fair if I reciprocate. So Nathan Oakley, if you can raise £2,500 for a charity of my choice, registered charity, so nothing dodgy, then I will agree to come on to your channel, then and only then, for a debate. I would request a moderator as fair as possible, but I would agree to come on there. Do you think that's fair, guys?
What if the moderator's Anthony Riley?
Actually, Anthony Riley, I'll be honest, I think I would trust him as a moderator. I've seen, because he was the one who moderated Conspiracy Cats and Oakley when Oakley was bitch made about diffraction.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah, he did a fair job. So, again, I will give him credit for that. Hey, David Oliver, super chatted £2. I've got the same blue shirt, Mr. Sensible. Yeah, you have it on weekends, I have it weekdays. Thank you for that, David. Inciter asks how many times I've turned my underpants inside out. Well, I've got, I draw little gates on the whiteboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, cross through each time. I'm not going to add them up right now.
I think you're at 42 right now.
42.
It's good until you can't bend them anymore.
Well, yeah, that's right. You throw them away when they start going crispy and snapping. Yeah. I do apologise. There was another super chat which I missed from some old troll. For $5 US, talking about the helicopter. Did the chopper ride bounce around a lot? A small plane can feel you're on a boat on choppy water. No, it didn't. And at one time, because as I said, it was a police ride along, they were going around in circles for about half an hour around one small area, using all those different cameras they use, zooming, heat sensitive and so on, looking for someone. It was a stunning experience, and if you ever get the chance, take it. I don't know what it's like in the States, but in the UK you can contact police forces and ask for a ride along, either in a car or helicopter. It's much harder to get on a helicopter thing because obviously there is a certain expense, cost of fuel for carrying an extra body, even one as fit and lovely as this one. But you can ask, and it doesn't hurt to ask. They can only say no, and I felt it was an opportunity of a lifetime. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I've only been in a small plane once, which was a seaplane, when I went to Maldives about 3-4 years ago. as long as that, going from Male International Airport to the resort island. And someone said, "Oh, you're in a tiny little plane across all the ocean. What happens if the engine cuts out?" Well, it's a seaplane. It floats, so it's not a problem. And I loved that. And that was fascinating because it was such a small plane. I think it carried about 12 people. And I was, on the return flight, I was sat in the front row. And between you and the pilots, it's just an archway. There's no door or anything. So I was able to get the camera and sort of look through the archway over the pilot's shoulder. I could see the pilots were just wearing flip-flops, no less. And I had a view at the front. And that felt so different, looking at the front of a plane. Because when you ride in a plane, if you're not a pilot, looking at the window at the side, I find it quite hard to imagine, how can you do it? How can you aim to land a runway and so on? But looking at the front, it all made so much more sense. And having seen that, I wouldn't mind having a shot at flying lessons. I'll be honest, I can't afford it. I'm too old really to make use of it. I've got no career ahead of me as a pilot. But I think I would quite fancy having a flight. Maybe that's an idea for a video. What do you reckon?
Way better than out.
Sorry?
Side window.
Yeah.
The view out of a cockpit is way different.
Isn't it just? It's like it is like the difference sitting in the back of a car just looking out the window. You can't really, obviously we've all been in the fronts of vehicles, but when you're sat in the back, it's nothing like driving, being a passenger in a car or a bus. But when you sit at the front and you've got that view and you can see everything happening and you can see what's coming up, what's approaching, and so on, it feels totally different. And I felt like that because I'll admit, as I said earlier, I don't like heights. This is a plane that only flies at, I don't know, 500 feet or 1,000 feet, well, a few hundred feet, and it's small, and so I was a little nervous about the idea of it. But again, we had the option of going by boat, which would have taken a lot longer, or by seaplane. And I thought, seaplane, normally you're on a big airliner. Here's an opportunity to do something different and exciting. So I'll just do it, and I loved it, absolutely loved it. Demon Orb says, my dad can give you a flight. Or Demon Orb, I would absolutely love that. If I'm not saying you're not telling the truth, but if something like that's a possibility, please contact me. I would love the opportunity for something like that. I really would. I'd do a video on it. It'd be brilliant. Flying a plane that could do loops. Oh, Judy. Well, I said that.
I hope to be going skydiving at the end of the year again.
Now, I think that's one thing I couldn't do. I don't think I could do that. Mrs. Ed, I said I sent her up in a balloon. I said I sent her up in a glider. When she quit, she was working in a school. When she quit there to come home and look after my mum, as a gift, they bought her a skydive thing. And she was really up for it. I mean, I was terrified of the idea. I got film of her just before the jump, and the instructor sort of looking at her because she's all happy and giggly. Everyone else looked a bit nervous. And it was obviously tandem jumps. She was strapped up to him. And, of course, they get to the edge, sit on the edge, and out they go. And when they came down, he said to her, weren't you scared at all? No, I was really excited. Yeah, but when we got to the edge, surely you were thinking, I can't do it, I can't. No, I was really looking forward to it. And he said, there's something wrong with you. You should have a natural fear. If you've never done it before, you should have a natural fear to protect yourself. And she absolutely loved it. She was so excited. I couldn't do that. No way.
I've done four parachute jumps, but that was static line. It means that your line's attached to the aircraft and it pulls the chute.
Yes. I would love to know the feeling, but I know that if I paid for a flight, I literally would be too scared to jump. I don't do heights. Yeah.
I did love it, but the only thing was it was a clear day and you couldn't see, there was no reference to see yourself falling.
Yes.
I would like to do it on a cloudy day.
Yeah. Well, Admiral Squat Bar said flying a plane ain't like dusting crops, kid. Harrison Ford for the win. And I shall mention something. A long time ago, I said that I had a couple of projects in mind. I'd had a big one, which I didn't think was going to be possible. That was actually the MIG Flug one, which is not possible because they ain't doing it anymore. someone has actually just mentioned the other one, and that's a 0G flight. I've done quite a bit of research into going on the 0G flight, and I did say that if I was when I was ready to do it, I would at that point seek a fundraiser for it, because obviously I'd do videos and that. So Peter Affinas said, Mr. S on a 0G plane, anyone start a fundraiser? Yeah, that is or was the plan, Peter. I have been keeping an eye on it. With the COVID, they put in all sorts of restrictions, as you can imagine. They only have so many flights a year, and of course we can't go onto the continent, and the flights are in quite a few in France. I can't remember where else, Germany perhaps. So it was a no-goer for now. So as things ease up, yes, that is the next project that I had mentioned, I had in mind after Mage, but I wasn't going to say anything about. But you've mentioned it now. There you go. You've guessed it, mate. First person to actually guess it. And Truth Nerds, €5. Stop it with that stupid Antarctic treaty. I want to go bungee jumping off of the edge. Oh, man. Yeah, you got it, Admiral Scott Butt, the vomit comet. I would do that. I probably would throw up. But again, it's one of those things. There's a few things in life. I guess people have got different things they would like to do. That's one I've always wanted to do, and I would do it. I would literally bite my tongue, cross my fingers and toes to get over any fear of it, because that sort of thing is like a once in a lifetime sort of thing.
Unfortunately,
if you want to do another Mage, I'll volunteer as a pilot.
As a pilot?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, you cannot bungee jump off the ice wall. They're going to hit the dome.
Well, yeah,
It's not pleasant.
Yeah, it'd be like being in one of those skyscrapers. You run to base jump and realise because you're indoors, you run smack into the window.
Exactly.
That's right. Just take a pickaxe with you and then break through the dome and then just bungee jump off and see what
then we all drown.
Well, perhaps it's like sort of patio doors, and it's got big slidey open sections.
Only at the top. That's how the floodwaters come in.
Let's say let the heavenly water. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I did see someone that say that there were windows up there.
What is this? The Truman Show?
Yes. Yeah, I tell you what, CC always reminds me of that. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, and in case I don't see you, good night.
Yeah.
Oh, remember, they only tell us the truth in movies.
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, definitely.
I've watched the guy on helium balloons on his deck chair quite a few times. There's a few people that have done it now. I reckon that'd be great.
Do you? What with
one of the other ones?
Little gun to start popping.
One of the other ones was one of the best ones was a bunch of people in single-seat hot air balloons going across Africa. And they were just drifting along at a sort of jogging pace, just over the heads of elephants and everything else, and because there was no noise, they weren't really scared.
That sounds fantastic, but again, it's the height thing. It's like with microlight aircraft. I would love to know what it felt like, to have that experience. But I know that I couldn't counter my sense of fear. My stomach literally sort of feels like it's turning. Before I got married, the church I actually got married in had a tower you could go up. We went up it, and I was okay up on the stairs, and it had rickety ladders inside, and some idiot even decided to ring the bell, and that church doesn't ring its bells, and the whole tower was trembling. That was a bit worrying. But anyway, get through the door on the roof, and my knees went to jelly. I collapsed onto my knees. I literally couldn't move. Someone had to grab my feet, move each one down onto the ladder so I could then get back down. As soon as I was back inside, I was fine. But I just know that I couldn't do a microlight. I couldn't do a parachute jump. So I know I know my limits.
According to the science on that, it doesn't matter if it's 70 feet or 70,000 feet. The body makes the same sound when it hits the ground.
Yeah, splat.
Yeah, you don't have to be afraid of the fall. It's just a sudden stop.
Yeah, and you know what's the last thing that goes through your mind as you hit the ground? Your arse.
Your rear end.
Yeah. Anyway, listen, guys. What time we got? It's just coming up on 11:30 now. It's 24 minutes past, so I think I'll round up for 11. So I don't know if each of you has any news to share. Actually, Matt, just an aside, have you kicked your channel off again, or have you got a new channel? What are you doing nowadays?
Well, as you know, and some of you might know, I was rebranding it, and I was going to do an informational kind of channel about the Artemis project, the moon, and then going on to Mars and all the rest of it. But while I had technical issues on my computer, it gave me time to actually do a bit of research and do a bit of thinking. And I noticed there was actually quite a lot of channels that are doing exactly the same thing, including maybe 2 or 3 that have got literally hundreds of thousands of subscribers. So I had a bit of a change of heart. So what I'm planning on doing now is actually more of a debunking channel to do with space travel, moon landings, and all that kind of stuff. So go after people quite hard, actually.
Yeah.
To do it. That people that produce those kinds of videos, they're like about the ISS.
With fake ISS.
Yeah, so I'm going to go after people that sort of do that kind of stuff, and planning on doing like a series on Bill Casing's We Never Went to the Moon book. Try and go through that and dissect it a little bit, and different plans to do with that. So that's what I'm hoping to do in the future. So a bit of a change of heart. I've actually already produced like my intro clip, and I'm going to do like a quick sort of taster video that's going to involve that, and I'll probably release that in the next couple of days or so. It just gives you a taste of what it's about.
Well, please, Matt, when you're ready to do that, please drop me a line, and I'll excuse me. I'll certainly give it a shout out on my community page.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Very welcome. I look forward to seeing that. And what about you, 42? Have you got some interesting stuff coming up?
Well, as usual, I don't plan ahead. Things happen and I make a video.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to settle down, trying to see what I like best. I am in a better place than I was a few months ago. I started off with current videos that are not very interesting for me to create. It is fun, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I want to have some intellectual challenge. It is going well. I just hit during the live stream now 700 subscribers.
Oh, well done. Well done. Are you going to have a 1K special when you hit that point?
1K should be a special, of course.
Excellent.
Something to celebrate.
Excellent.
1K is a good milestone to have, actually.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Because until then, I just settle down and do my thing.
Good. Well, as Matt said, 1K special. Of course, you then, if you've got the 4,000 watch hours, you then become eligible for monetization, and it suddenly all feels a lot more serious.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, cool. Any of you other guys got channels that you want to shout out?
Yeah. Next year.
Well, I have one that does astrophotography. It's nothing. If you're not interested in astrophotography, you probably wouldn't be really interested in it. It's nothing based on entertainment or anything. Just sheer astrophotography.
What I would say, IB, is I think that probably a lot of the viewers of this channel would have interest in that, because most people here are interested in science and astronomy and space and all that sort of thing. So if you want to, if you want to just DM me your link, or DM someone your link, or if someone knows IB Hunter's link, one of the mods, what's your channel called, IB?
It's just IB Hunter on YouTube.
All right, let me just see if I can just grab it. IB Hunter. IB Space Hunter, yeah? Oh, there we go. Videos, science and technology, and work in electronics, and that's the one then, isn't it? So let me just grab that. So for anyone who is interested in IB Hunter's channel, there's the link. You've got, 394 subscribers and a whole bunch of videos. I can see Moon, Saturn, Mars and ISS. What's this? Images of Jupiter and a red spot, Jupiter's rotation, and actually, and that's all your photography, is it?
Yeah, that's all stuff I do in my backyard.
Wow.
Their nature hasn't been real kind to me lately.
Well, there you go. I'm just looking, just hovering over it and just seeing a little bit of the Jupiter rotation. Those are stunning photos.
You just got a subscriber here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another one as well here.
And another one. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're very welcome. Very welcome. Yeah. Oh, and Jeff Allen has just said he's subbed, so you're going to get a few. And Adam Balcom. So, yeah, you're getting some subs. As I said, there's going to be an overlap with people who are... I'm sure that not everyone will be, but there's going to be a reasonable number of people who watch this channel who have that as an interest. So, good stuff. Good stuff. And anyone else got a channel they want to shout out? You're at 401 now, apparently. Okay. All right. Well, guys, I don't know if you just want to shout out a good night. And what I'll do is I'll drop you all in the live waiting room and wrap up the show.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Importantly, don't panic.
Thank you. Right, I'll just start chucking you in there at random. Well, I have really enjoyed this stream tonight. It's been some fun. Covered some things I wanted to cover and had a bit of a giggle. And I promise that when I do my next live stream, I shall endeavour to have a different shirt on. Even if I have to colour this one in with a black marker pen. Maybe I should do that. Thank you ever so much, everyone who's super chatted. Thank you to all my subscribers, my members, my patrons, and everyone who's come here tonight, and the new visitors. At least I apologise, I can't remember the name. There's at least one person who said that they've not been before, and they're going to come back again, which is great. So I will get set up, and there we go. It's ready to go. So thanks all. As I said, it's the Level Earth Observer response to his debate challenge, to my debate challenge for charity video thing tomorrow. And Simon Dan is a week tomorrow, my collab with him. I don't know what I'm going to have in between. As I said, I've got some pretty poor shift patterns, and I'm going away to Cornwall for 3-4 days with Mrs. S. And then she'll stay there a bit longer, so I get some peace and quiet when I come home again. But I will endeavour to do a live stream from there. Just write number 2 on the shirt. That's it, shirt number 2. Maybe I'll do that on the back and I can just turn it round. So I'll endeavour to do a live stream. And I will try, if the weather's good, to do it from in their back garden. Because with a bit of luck, there's an interesting view. I'll say no more. Last time I tried to do that, but the weather was atrocious, so I couldn't. So thank you very much. You've been great. I've been great. We've all been great. I loved it. You take care. See you soon. Oh. Super chat, just in time. Liam Wakefield, thank you, Liam. £2 for the new shirt fund. How embarrassing. Thanks, guys.
Mr. Sensible, bring me some cheese, and get me only the best if you please. Here are some flowers, let me display them. Yea, Dr. Warlow, you have Arnold slay them. Mr. Sensible, you are a man. Every subscriber is a faithful fan. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help us out, please. Mr. Sensible, I needed proof of gravity, so I jump off the roof. It's hard enough, let me go further. Why was I ever such a darn flat earther? Mr. Sensible, I'm such a clown. I am the laughing stock of the town. Bring your logic and your cheese. Mr. Sensible, help me out, please. Mr. Sensible, bring me a sphere, to which the waters of the oceans adhere. Have explanations, but let me be candid.